If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Socrates say to that.
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin. Hold to the show, man. Still in the sauce with the show, and till then, his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. Nope. I better mold in. No proof. Like I always wanted him. I never hated him. Never traded him. Independent. I never traded him. You know what? Star like another city, the drops and fly, just a large, so many more. A bar, hey, 10 no more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Yeah. It sucks that there's two things to this. It sucks that Jimmy got hurt. And it sucks that they couldn't hold on to that lead.
Bricking for chicken, dude.
Right. But here's the deal. And I say this to you all the time.
Wait. You're just going to ignore me just saying bricking for chicken?
Yeah,
because you know the game changed. As soon as he brickened for chicken, the crowd got into it. Caleb, you could have put us up 14, and instead, 6-0 run. You gave him free Chick-fil-A, and then all of a sudden, Nick Batum became the greatest shooter known to man.
Okay. That's just the ebbs and flows of a basketball game.
Oh, dude, it was a flow.
Okay, but that's like, listen. When the Heat were up 14, what did you think? That the 76 was just going to lay down? You knew there was going to be some type of resistance.
To be truthful to you, at halftime, I didn't feel that great because I had actually thought the Heat should have been up 25.
Right. So,
and they are the worst, and I mean this lovingly to you guys. You're the worst collection of fast break players I've ever seen in my life. Like, I have never seen a team.
4 layups missed on both teams.
Oh, dude, I have never – but that's been all season. They are – you give them – first of all, it's basically the only way they generate offense is stealing the basketball. And then on top of it, it's a 50-50 proposition every time they get to the rim. Right. They are the worst fast break team, the team that just throws up 3 points. Maybe. Here you go. Well, that has been a problem all year. So to be honest with you, I didn't feel fantastic at halftime, but obviously seeing how Jimmy was playing in the second half, you were like, woof, because he was very clearly just not the same guy.
Right. The other thing is that as long as I've been playing sports, every coach will say this. If you don't take care of business yourself and leave it up to chance, you're at the mercy of the sport. As far as injuries, bad breaks, somebody get hot or whatever. And one of the things that bothered me about even being in this situation is you had a bunch of opportunities not to be in it.
Yeah.
And not to even be playing. Right. And so you open yourself up to one game sample, something going god awful wrong, and it's a terrible break.
Yeah, it is. And it's you know, like it happens every year. Usually some team is going to suffer their star at a bad time. And
last year was what? Giannis, right?
And this year it's also Giannis.
Yeah, last year was Giannis.
And the Heat have actually, the Heat have been fortunate. Like Jimmy's had injuries and he's labored and he's looked tired, but this is a different beast. And it seems like he's donezo. I mean,
it's just a matter of, and here's all you need to know about that. It's just a matter of whether he needs surgery or not. He's not playing no more basketball this season.
Yeah, it looked bad.
It's just a matter of if he needs surgery or not. Now, the thing that steers me away from that is that he still played. And you could be hurt, and those ligaments could be hurt. But if you need surgery, usually you don't have any stability. Right? So, and that's just my own, like, I have no idea what, he wasn't moving very well. So,
Yeah, I mean the second half he barely was moving.
And so from that standpoint, I was sad that Jimmy got hurt, but then I immediately got annoyed that for the last month and a half of the season, I've been hearing, we'll get him next time, and I'm like, at some point you got to take care of business.
Agreed.
At
You
some
do have
point,
to
you got to take care of business.
You want to know what the thing that is cruel about it though? He's such a confounding player because in that first half, the way he was playing defensively and the way that he was putting pressure on the rim, he mother bleeping almost got away with it again. And it's just like, yeah, if Kelly Oubre doesn't turn into Jon Jones on his knee,
Oh, so now Kelly Oubre tried to.
Oh, Kelly Oubre! That was a dirty play, dude!
Are you serious? Dude, stop.
Oh, what are we talking about?
I'm not gonna let
all
you
over
do
the
that.
place like
I'm
he's
not
Bruce
just because you're listen, no. You think he was trying to do that?
No, I don't think he knew what he was doing. He was sitting there kicking his legs out all over the place.
Oh my God. Listen, we've come on this show.
Yep.
And I've told you plays I thought were dirty. Right? That was not a dirty play.
No. There are plays that are dirty and there are plays that are reckless. And that was a reckless play. Dirty is what Josh Hart did to Jimmy Butler last year. That's dirty.
All right.
What damage is done? Who cares? I mean, like, he's not here. Like, what's the difference?
I know, but it's just that, like, it seems like every injury that is experienced by you on your team is some kind of illegal activity.
Oh, it was. Nefarious.
I feel bad for Jimmy because
not as nefarious as Caleb Martin bricking 2 free throws for free chicken and lighting a fire under that Philly crowd. They were dead. They wanted blood. They were ready to. They were booing
their own team.
They were booing the holy hell out of their team, and then all of a sudden, some chicken nuggets got them happy. Oh, Nick Batum. Whee!
Oh my! Wait, that dude. He looked like he was shooting free throws.
Ridiculous.
He just chuck it up too. Yeah, but that's again in a 1-game sample. And I said this before the game. In a 1-game sample, something like that could happen.
Yep.
That's the risk you take.
The thing is, though, like, yes, the 1-game sample is Nick Batum, but the whole season sample is offensive meltdown.
Yes. Yes, they haven't been able to score. Like, I've never listen. What's amazing to me is as many points that have been scored in the NBA this year, right? The Heat are the only team that'll give you a 95, 90-point stinker.
Oh,
a lot.
But the thing that's frustrating about it is, man, they're good on defense because, like,
you can't score. Who cares?
Like, if you're Eric Spoelstra, you think to yourself, and this is the thing where I feel like he might need to go on a retreat this summer and figure out like today's basketball. All right, because he's a maniac and very clearly is a great defensive coach. And if you would have said, "Hey, we'll block the rest of this. I'm going to block your score. I'm going to give you their total of points and what Embiid and Maxey did."
Right.
You would have been like, "We're good." Right. But you are the most incompetent offensive team here all year. It's so infuriating to watch that you have to go down watching Tyler Hero throw up like 50-50 balls from like all over the place. Dude still can't, like, he was getting pressure as soon as they put Kelly Oubre on his ass pressuring him, like he's all kinds of like flummoxed. And it's just like you're living or dying by whether or not Tyler's shots are going in. It was tough. And it's not, I'm not putting all the game on him because what other options did you have?
It got to a point where at least he was aware that if something was going to happen, he was going to have to be the catalyst behind it. Right. And that's, that's just sometimes how games go. But he had a feel for it. He just didn't make enough plays. That being said, dude, like, how can you play a season, right? An entire season and have these 90-point stinkers. Like there's teams that are going to give you 100.
I know. No, they had games. They were with the likes of like the Hornets, the Blazers, the
Yes.
Grizzlies, with the lack of 100-point games they've had.
I mean, it was and they kept saying, "Oh, we just got to play better defense. You can't play any better D. You held almost every team you played below their season average.
They were the third best defense in the league from I think February. Like,
And
you gotta score. You gotta score. What?
Why did you say what's been the problem with this team this whole season?
What?
The crappy quarter.
Oh, the third quarter. Yeah, but
Third quarter.
That was it. 12-point lead. And that third quarter felt like it was the longest third quarter because I was in the game.
The thing
that
is,
was a long third quarter.
It was a long third quarter, and then it's one of these things though. Like the thing with the Heat this year, Vlad, is like you never knew when the third quarter was going to pop up, but
Because it showed up in the fourth quarter periodically.
But no, it showed up in the third and eventually carried on to the fourth.
Hey,
they scored 39 points in the first half. They scored 66 points in the second half.
DeLon Wright was nailing shots.
Hey, you know what's was amazing? I'm watching this game and I'm going, how are you not beating a team when Joel Embiid is walking?
Embiid, when Joel Embiid had that play where he was so frustrated that he hadn't scored, that he shot a brick, rebound goes to him, and then he just punted the ball by Kevin Love. I was like, man, I think this guy's done.
Right.
You blow that game.
Maxey didn't
That's
play.
what I'm saying. Here's the deal. You will not get another game where both Maxey and Joel Embiid play like that. You won't.
Yeah, sorry, Vlad. I think we gave him your stinker for the next couple of weeks. So good luck.
The problem is,
good.
Yeah,
we good. We beat them at 5.
Hartenstein.
Whoa, 5?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of Phil.
Wait a minute. Wait.
You know Tibbs hates.
Whoa. Vlad, listen, I don't give a damn about the Knicks either, but I'm not gonna let him get on you when for the last 4 years he been Wild Heat Coyote Heat 5, right?
No, I understand.
If somebody else do that with their team, you gotta eat it. You gotta eat it.
I'm not eating anything.
You can't be mad at him. You've been doing it for 4 years.
I'm not. Yeah, but mine has been deserved arrogance. What does the Knicks fan deserve? Nothing.
That 2 seed. Look at that. Everybody.
You guys got tanked into it. Like you got gifted.
We didn't tank it. We could have just lost that overtime game.
You saw how the Bucks and you saw how the Cavs played. Be real with yourself. Somebody had to get that 2 seed.
Yeah, we got it.
Nobody wanted it.
Hey, we got it.
Nobody wanted it.
We played 82 games with injuries.
Yeah, good for you. Congratulations. That is the Knicks banner they should put up. Hey, we played 82 games.
You got the same banner.
Leroy,
you got the same banner. You got the same banner.
Congratulations.
Wait, you got the same banner.
Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
All right, so let me just give you
I was like, I get mad at the TV when I watch just the inability to score. And I'm watching, that was a bad basketball game, right? Besides Nicholas Batum, that was a bad basketball game because I've never seen grown-ass men that are 6'10" and 7 foot get by the rim and never touch the damn rim.
I hated it immediately too with the broadcast team because JJ Redick's sitting here fawning over how Joel Embiid just falls all over the place.
Oh,
that's a skill, Doris. That's a skill. It is. Dude, hey, maybe if he doesn't do that so much, he's not like Mr. Tin Man all over the place.
He had JJ Redick had a couple of whoppers in there.
Oh,
and I was just looking at.
Do you understand what I mean though when I say it's nothing against him, but it's enough of him? That's exactly what I mean.
I look at the TV and I go, really? Really, JJ?
Did you realize?
Really?
But you know the thing, they stink. And that's saying something. Real, they lose the 2 old Muppets. Mike Breen deserves better because, they're sitting there and I'm watching the last, minute of the game and Jimmy Butler's out of the game. They don't even acknowledge it. They just realize, oh yeah, with 10 seconds of hey, Jimmy's not out there. I'm like, you guys really just noticed that? He wasn't in for the 2 inbound plays. You didn't notice that he wasn't on the floor? Doris Burke, her move. Oh my God. Did you see that? Yeah, Doris, he dribbled the ball. Mike Breen deserves better. Anyway, not to lash out, which I will do all show. And if you guys want to lash out, 305-567-0560. I'll take calls today.
I am pissed off they lost, but I'm even more pissed off that they were in that situation. And I can't tell you, and that's because, again, playing sports my whole life, the worst situation in the world to be in is put yourself in a situation where the other team gets hot or make a couple of big plays and you're out and you still are sitting at home watching them saying we were better than them. Right? It's the worst. But you can't be mad because it's sports and you put yourself in that situation. So I don't want to hear about, we're doing this, we're doing that, no.
Wizards.
No. Sports is sports.
Sports is sports. Words mean words.
But it's true. Anything can happen in sports. I don't care how bad your team is or how great your team is.
You know what it is, dude? Listen, for 2 years they've been playing with fire. Last year, they were the carny who could juggle the flames and never got burned. This year, they were the guy at Santa's Enchanted Forest who asked for assistance from the crowd, and that dude didn't speak English and he got lit on fire. Wait, I actually saw that happen, by the way.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. That guy was like, he's like, who wants to help me here from the crowd? And I'm like, and like some guy goes up with his Zippo lighter. That dude, there was a language barrier and was not very helpful. Dude got a little grizzled on his shirt.
Little charcoal. Huh?
Little charred. All right, so here's the injury update as of now on Jimmy Butler. Although there are some conflicting reports. But last night, Jimmy Butler, if you saw the video of him leaving the arena, really, really bad limp, had a protective sleeve put on. Shams reported last night, Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler feared to have an MCL injury in his knee. Injury could sideline him for an indefinite period. MRI to come. Shams then reported an hour ago and said the expectation is Miami's Butler will be out multiple weeks, sources said. Butler remarkably played the final 3 quarters against the 76ers, now feared to have an MCL injury. Not really, I don't think he has an MRI, but Ira has reported minutes ago, and he said Jimmy Butler at this moment has yet to be evaluated. At this moment, he has yet to see the Heat doctor. While the seriousness is apparent, even he is awaiting word. So we all think it's going to be bad, but Ira's just letting you know, we don't know that it's bad yet.
The fact that they're not in a hurry to do the MRI means they pretty much already have an idea of how bad it is.
He ain't playing tomorrow. I mean, that's
no, but I'm just saying, usually, because here's the deal. A lot of times they'll say, let's let the swelling go down a little bit. Mm-hmm. If you get to that point, you already know, and you're just hoping that it's not the worst case scenario, right? If they thought that there was a chance, he would have already had an MRI. Hell, it's 10:30. He would have had an MRI first thing, he would have been first in. Doctors would have been evaluating that MRI and talking to Jimmy Butler, right? But the fact that they're in no rush means that there's probably some swelling, and they already have an idea that he is going to be a minute.
We'll take a quick break here on the program. Obviously, a lot of Heat tears. You guys can come laugh at me. I'm here for it.
We're not going to laugh at you. I'm not going to. See, here's the deal.
Not you.
Y'all let Kyle Lowry beat you, man.
Stupid. Dude, that one roller that, though, I thought was going for the lead, that would have killed me if that one would have went in. But if he,
Kyle Lowry.
What if Kyle Lowry had shot the ball like Batum?
I can't.
That would have been low.
He might as well have, because he had 2 great turnovers where he has the poke behind from Jaime Jaquez that leads to the 3, and then the stupid backcourt violation where him and Batum cheated to shove Tyler Hero to the backcourt.
Did they call it?
No.
Okay.
They cheated, dude.
Okay.
Cheated.
This is why you gotta be like that. I know you upset. The Heat lost. I'm upset too, right? But so the officials cheated you in this. How about
just on that play?
Hold on.
Batum cheated.
How about this one? Yesterday, as bad as that game was, Philadelphia was better. That's a fact.
Take a break. 305-567-0560 if you want to get in here. 305-567-0560. We'll get to some of your Heat calls next.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall studio.
Welcome back. Tobin Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Miami Heat lose last night by 1 to the Philadelphia 76ers, 105-104. They will now await the Chicago Bulls, who it was a kind of a close game for like it's halfway through the third quarter. Then doors blown off. Kobe White went off.
Kobe White went crazy with all that hair.
Yep. And he's going to bring all that hair to the Kaseya Center tomorrow night for the Heat's season being on the brink. Jimmy Butler, we are awaiting word on his injury, but my medical opinion is not great. That's how I feel like we're at right now.
Opinion.
Let's get to some calls here, Leroy. You want to hear from some Heat fans? Me too.
Not if I hang up on them if they give me some BS excuses.
Okay. Cap, what's going on, Cap?
Tobin!
Hey, buddy.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Listen, look,
Debatable.
Leroy, it's not about excuses at this point. This is not a Miami Dolphins scenario. You have a situation here where you have a Triple J. You got a Euro guy that you can use out of the he's perimeter based. He can go inside, play defense. But no, you guys want to play this run and gun style, which is fine if it was 3 years ago. You got pretty much, you guys don't want to hear the fact that Embiid pretty much handed you a plate and that plate was empty. And he just broke that plate on top of your head and screamed, Opa. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy is a 7-footer, which you don't have.
He's not.
You had a PJ Tucker, which ironically enough is with Philly. Kyle Lowry's pretty much laughing in your guy's face right now.
Yeah,
you got a Martin. You got a Triple J. You got a Euro step guy. I mean, you don't have no big guys, granted. That's the position the Godfather put us in, but I'm not going to question him at this point, being we have rings. But damn it, man, stop being afraid of getting a big guy, knowing this is a big guy league. You got 7-footers shooting threes. Let Bam do his thing. Give help to Bam with size. I mean, we got shooting guards like crazy, and it's not working. At this point, use your strength. Right. You got rookies out there that can shoot and defend. Use them. That's why you drafted them.
All right. Thanks, Cap. Appreciate it.
I would say this.
You got a Starbucks thing in your mouth? What is that?
No, it's a stopper. A coffee stopper. I had in my coffee.
All right.
So here's the deal. I will agree with him from this standpoint. Joel Embiid had an average game. And you didn't put any pressure on him to make that matter. Right?
Yeah, the only guy who really did was Jimmy before Jimmy
right.
got.
And the other thing is that he wasn't even going into the paint and trying to put pressure on you.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? He was, while you talking about all of the guys, while he's talking about all the guys that he would put.
Part of that was zone, though. Part of that was zone. They made that difficult on him. Like, you got to give the Heat credit on that too. That's not all just, Joel Embiid didn't have a good game because he was having a bad game. Like,
they got flustered as a team. Until they started putting pressure in the paint. Right.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I would agree. I would argue that what loosened things up was Nick Batum hitting crazy threes.
Right. No, that too. But look, if you play zone and you get beat by the three, you like
I mean, like, people were like, the zone was crazy. It was like, yeah, they hit like 2 threes in the first half and they were cooking the ball all over the place. Right. They couldn't get the ball to Joel Embiid. It really did fluster them. But then when they start hitting it, well, listen, if you're gonna die by Nick Batum hitting threes, like, someone's gonna get open looks.
Right.
Like, if you would have told me on that court last night, hey, Tobes, someone's got to get the shots. Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey, Kyle Lowry, or Joel Embiid or Nick Batum. I'm like, Nick Batum. Go ahead, baby.
Right.
Killed us. Will, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's happening?
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Jimmy said they want to do it the hard way, so they're making it even harder. Because let's look a little bit ahead now. It happened. We lost. This is why Riley does not play young players. This is where the veteran gets in. But let's look ahead. We can still make it to the first round. Chicago is not that great, so we might be able to trade him. But I got a scenario for you.
Yes.
Jimmy's out for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We make it to the conference finals, but we lose. That means we're beating Boston without Jimmy. That means we're beating the second round without Jimmy. Or Jimmy comes back for Game 7 against Boston. Which one would you rather? And we might make it to the championship with Jimmy coming back.
If Jimmy,
but that's not for sure.
If Jimmy came back and somehow eliminated the Celtics like a hero, if that were to happen, yeah, you're gonna feel like you can get past anybody.
Yo,
Here's
Leroy. I think we lost Leroy.
I know he's beside himself.
No,
if that were to happen, yeah, of course, we would be back. But
Stop it!
I don't know if he's coming back to the playoffs.
Yo,
stop it! Hold on.
Yeah.
Why, after what you saw the last month and a half of the season, when it's coming, and we still waiting. Now you projected it even further out?
Jovic's time, dude.
Dude, look.
Hold on.
Good for you guys. Good. Look,
this guy
listen.
He was on
I'm gonna just say like this. I played too many games of football, baseball, and basketball earlier in my life to know that if you relying on the things that these callers have been talking about, then no.
Oh, great. I can't wait to hear this one. Hey, Richie.
You stinking Heat fans, man. I love it. Since 6 o'clock in the morning, I've been listening to you whining, stinking Heat fans. You deserve this. Everything that's happening to the Heat, you deserve. Stinking Tyler Hero.
What does that mean? What do you mean we deserve it? Why do we deserve it?
Shut up, Tobin, while I'm speaking, okay? And then you talk about you want the smoke. You want the smoke from the Knicks?
You must be so thankful that you're going up against that bum and beat who never gets past anybody. Nobody must have been thanking themselves that Jimmy Butler's leg doesn't work more than you.
Brad, you're wrong. We're going to sweep Philly. And if we would have played you stinking Heat, oh, man, it would have been great.
You were thanking – you must have gotten down on your hands and knees last night thanking your basketball. Thank you for taking Jimmy out of the playoffs. He can't hurt us this year. Oh, you know it. You and Ben Stiller, the two of you, Richie. Oh, thank you. Jimmy can't hurt us this year. Thank you, Kelly Oubre. You guys probably want to send Kelly Oubre an honorary jersey.
That was top 12 of the year so far.
Hey, Vlad, I knew. I was just gonna call. My whole thing was, how is he gonna start, right? And he started as only Richie could. You stinking Heat fans.
When he told Tobin to shut his mouth and let him talk.
Shut up while I'm talking.
And Tobin did.
Tobin's like.
One more, Bill. Wrap us up, Bill. What do you got, buddy?
Hey, morning, guys. I hope I can get through this without sobbing, but all the excuses, all the stuff, it only comes down to one thing as far as I can see.
Okay.
Leroy, you were right.
Oh, get out of here.
Listen, it's not a matter of being right.
Oh, you
right?
love being right.
No. Here's the deal. There is nothing. And here's the thing. There is nothing that I said about the Heat that was not true. That's it. Like, I didn't say anything that was wrong. I didn't say anything because I was a hater. I basically said, this is what this team is. And you never want to go. And who's the guy wait, from the beginning of this, what did I keep telling you? You don't want a one-game sample. You don't. It's a terrible situation to be in basketball.
Did you have Nick Batum doing this to us?
No, it doesn't matter, but that's exactly what can happen in one-game samples. Okay, you think Atlanta thought that Kobe White was going to go for 42?
Kobe White's had a very good season.
Not 42?
He's had a very good season, though.
Okay, 42 all year.
Career high.
Right. You see what I'm saying? 1 game samples are terrible. Can I just tell you, when we go to the playoffs in football, do you not, and let me explain to you how just terrified coaches are about making sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, right? Because it's a 1 game sample. It's torture. Anything can happen. I don't care how bad your team is or how good your team is. They're NBA players too, and one of them could get hot, and you're like, who the hell is this guy? You don't want to be in that situation.
I'm pretty sure I know what happens. I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes wins.
Always.
Always. Well, okay. Yeah.
We'll take a break. We'll see more Heat fans lining up to call. We'll get to you guys in about a few minutes. Take a break back after this. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
Oh, you know what my dogs did this morning?
What?
So,
Took a crap.
no, so I was
Jason
getting ready.
Iguana.
I got up this morning, and the dogs were, in the house or whatever. The roofing guys came over, right? And so Zeus opened up one of the doors, and they went out there and met them at the gate.
Wow.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Labs, they ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay.
He probably went and got a frisbee and say play catch. Right, serious. I'm serious. Right now, the little one, the Sheltie, he's a biter. He ain't having it. Oreo ain't having it.
Schmee that says this blueprint is going to get blown up by Vucevic. That is so perfect. Yeah, he is an OG Heat killer. That is for sure.
Oh, but he couldn't hit water from a boat last night.
If he dials it up though for the play-in,
Yeah.
he's like, I remember this. The Heat. Yeah. Look, there's going to be time to do it. Look, if things do end on Friday, there'll be a whole time to do the autopsy on this. Right now, I'm just bummed because of the way yesterday went. Mostly, I'm bummed because of Jimmy. Like Jimmy's hurt, and
regardless of what happens, regardless of what happened, you want to be able to go in with your full complement of players, right? You can deal with that.
Which, by the way, they still didn't have last night. They didn't have Terry, and they didn't have Duncan.
Okay.
Which is a bummer. Like Duncan Robinson, I'm going to be like Leroy. Duncan, up to that back injury,
he was probably one of the, between him and Kevin Love, they were more important on that team than a lot of people think or realize.
Absolutely. And to not have him was a bummer. And so Terry too, like Terry was playing great basketball. And like you saw with Tyler yesterday, like
he needed someone else.
Yeah,
Bam was nowhere to be found. And with the way Terry was playing before that injury, Terry would have helped you win that game last night.
Look, I'm not taking away from what Leroy's point is, like to be in this position because you've had enough in other games where
you're not in this position if you beat
Washington, the Grizzlies, for sure.
Washington and the Grizzlies. Well, the Grizzlies with 8 guys. So let's not man, it is what it is. Like you can say here. Here's what you never want to do. The more you expose yourself to sport, the higher your chances are of getting something like this happening, right? So and think about this, if the Heat had only played 82 games, we'd be talking about the playoffs right now. We wouldn't be talking about the play-in. But in that 83rd game, something happened. Unfortunate as it is. But you did this to yourself. You like competition? I like winning.
Do you think Spo believes it to himself when he tells the media yesterday, we just got to do it the hard way? Dude, you've been doing it the hard way for 2 years. Don't you ever want to like just, put yourself, kick your feet back and be like, hey, you know what? It's nice to be the 3 seed. Ever? No? I don't know. Smitty, what's up, man?
What happens is that you can't use the anomaly, right?
What's the anomaly?
Use the anomaly, 8 seed going all the way to the finals, or a play-in team. You were in an anomaly, and you're trying to make that the norm. That ain't gonna happen.
Well, like this is the whole thing is like they definitely had a point last year when they got to that. Like, how were you gonna like the damn league knew what the Heat did last year, that they were gonna be in a spot like they had to make up an in-season tournament because the regular season was becoming insignificant. But maybe as an organization, this will put a different feeling on it. It did happen, after the second year when they got the doors blown off them by Milwaukee. They came in, they were the 1 seed the next year.
Right.
I know Kyle Lowry wasn't the sexy acquisition that everybody wanted, but it worked that year. It had something to it. This year, with the injuries, with everything, with it feeling like they didn't really ever panic because of they could always rest on what they did last year. And you really can't, you can't say they're not going to do it because they did it last year. But now it's like, well, if you get bounced,
an anomaly.
You can't say it, but like you can't also tell them that it's not true either.
You're taking a once-in-a-lifetime situation and say, oh, it could happen again.
Leroy, but like when you get advice all the time, but you pull things off, like when everybody, if you have a bad habit,
Right.
do most people kick the bad habit early, or do they kick it when it usually like really bites them in the ass?
When it really bites them in the ass.
So yes, I understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying from their standpoint, from Jimmy Butler's standpoint, they're going into this and like, yeah, but come on, we don't respect any of these teams.
You can't, like, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like the team that came back from a 28-point deficit and then the very next game go down 28 and think, oh, we did it last week, we can do it again. No, dude. In sports, there's anomalies. There's things that only a few people in the history of the sport have done. You can't try to use that as the norm.
Get your hands off your knees, Joel. It's the second quarter, for God's sakes. You're not
Hey,
tired.
So here's this guy. Oh, he cold. Jackass. Leroy, is that why your NFL career faded away from exposure? I'm like, dude, I played 11 years. What as a running back?
Jesus.
Well, how's that fading away?
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's that? Whoa, that tone. Man, you sound terrible.
Yeah, I feel. Hey, first of all, Tobin,
yes.
Thank you very much for mentioning about fast breaks. We've got to be the worst team out there that knows how to do fast breaks.
It's incredible. They make up new ways to blow
somebody
it.
Said something.
It's ridiculous.
My gosh, how many times you guys are going to do that? And Leroy, thank you for last time I was on the radio. For some reason, I said 6'10", 6'11", 6'12". I blamed that on that pink pill I took in '78 at a concert. But listen, bottom line, the Heat should have never been in this situation from the very beginning. If they would have took care of businesses against certain teams and guys not taking days off, they should have never been in it. They could have easily been the 3rd seed. They could have easily been the 2nd seed. There is no ifs or buts about it.
Right,
I blame certain guys that did not step up. I blame Bam. I don't know, when Jimmy got hurt yesterday, Bam, where were you? You're supposed to be the guy to step up. I know you were playing defense on Joel, but Joel was, like you said, he's on his knees. He's barely surviving.
I'm not saying Bam doesn't deserve blame because, obviously you're the max guy. What I would do though, like here's what I would say for Spo, like, bro, you gotta get because when Kelly Oubre is pestering and giving Tyler Hero that hard a time getting the ball up the court, let Bam bring it up.
Right.
Let Bam bring it up.
See if they put Joel on him.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's what I would say is that I said before the game, you're asking Bam to do a lot. As far as Joel Embiid, he's out there with Oubre. He's out there on the point guard. He's on everybody. I'm going to give him a pass on the offensive end because of what you're asking him to do. Unlike any other person on that team, you're asking so much of him on the defensive end. Now, the way that works is somebody got to pick up his slack on the offensive end.
Yeah, and Tyler Hero can get hot from shooting, but he's got one move around the rim. It's the floater. That's it. He's got one move. That's it. Like Jaime was going right at Joel. Didn't work every time, but he was going at him. He was trying.
The float mingo was inactive yesterday.
Oh, the float mingo needed some more shellfish.
Right.
That's how they get their color, Leroy.
Huh?
Charles, what's up?
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
I'm disappointed as a fan because of the outcome. Wanted to play the Knicks, seed in 5, if that was the case. I'm disappointed for Jimmy because he took all this time off and everything, and look where we're at with an injury. But I'm mad at the Heat. I'm over this stuff with we want competition, we take the hard way. Enough of that nonsense. You should have never been in that game to begin with, and Jimmy would have never gotten hurt in that game. It's different if you're in a playoff game and somebody gets hurt. Well, you're playing bonus games that you shouldn't even be playing with. They messed around and found out, and the whole season could be over, and this whole playoff Jimmy is going to be a laughing stock.
They did that.
So I got to give Leroy a lot of props. We did that to ourselves. We can't blame nobody but the organization, the coaches, and the players because they made every cut to get to this point instead of taking advantage of the season and beating bums like Washington. They let a little bum who's older than I am, but two, and smoke them just in the one playoff game, because that's exactly what Leroy said happened. And I gotta give Tobin props, man. You can't miss those 2 free throws, Caleb. Come on, bro. You can't give him free chicken and momentum. You can't do that. All right, fellas.
Leroy, that free chicken fired their asses up.
Hey, Vlad. I'm gonna pull an Allen Iverson. We talk about free chicken. We talk about chicken.
I will say,
we're not talking about cheesesteaks. We're not talking about cheesesteaks.
The first words out of his mouth this morning were
stinking chicken.
Caleb, the tenor of the game changed when you gave him that free chicken.
It did. He misses those free throws. They go on a 7-0 run. Changed everything.
We talk about chicken.
Brickin', their whole contest is called Brickin' for Chicken. You're not Boban. Don't do that, Caleb.
Oh my goodness.
I've heard it all, Leroy. I've heard it all.
Yeah, man. Hey, this is like, it's funny for me because as a player, if I ever said some of this BS to a reporter, they would flip out, right? I can't say none of this as a player. But as fans, this isn't like, I'm like, wow, this is a different side. Like, this is the other side of that. We can say all this stuff. But if Jimmy, think about this. If Jimmy come out and say, I wouldn't even been in that situation if Caleb wouldn't have been breaking for chicken. Right?
Oh,
like,
dude,
that just sounds crazy.
There's no way that somebody didn't mention it on the team plane last night to Caleb be like, really, dude, the chicken? But it probably was like Nico. He goes, Barate, you change game. All of a sudden, we lose. Free chicken. James,
you were fired up too because Mama Yovi texted us last night.
Oh, well, because he was going like right at him. And look at him. He's D'ing up the feed. He should have played more yesterday. Honestly, they should really hand the keys to the franchise to him. James, wrap us up here this hour.
Oh my God, I don't even know if I can wrap you up. I have 1,000 thoughts on my mind right now, but oh my God, obviously losing Jimmy for multiple weeks, so pretty much the rest of the year is the biggest gut punch we can get because we felt like we were pretty good against New York. We had a good match against them. Going to this Boston team, I know we kind of have Boston's number and they do fear us, but without Jimmy, it's obviously hopeless. But we got to play one game at a time. But what I'm looking at this is, I know you want to talk about the current situations. How do you not look at the future here? Like, Tyler is going to this 5th year. I love Tyler Hero to death. And I think he's awesome. I think he gets too much hate on the media when he's crap. I think he gets a lot of love when he's really good. And I love Tyler to death. But Jimmy going into him being 35 years old, you got to look at the bigger factor here. Obviously, you can't rely on everyone staying healthy all year because that's not going to happen. Maybe they're going to have to go out and get Donovan Mitchell from Cleveland because he doesn't want to be extended. It seems like New York might be the only team and Miami that he would extend with. But as much as I love Tyler, it might be time to just break up this big three. As I'm very happy what I've seen from Tyler this year. Duncan has been unbelievable. Terry is really coming to his own. It sucks that he got hurt at just this wrong time. This is the most consistent Bam I've ever seen because usually he can get in his head a little bit when he's having a bad scoring night and it gets bad for a while. But I've never seen Bam with so much confidence. Jimmy does what he usually does during the regular season. Then he'll catch fire, and he was catching fire last night. But this, you just got to.
You do have a lot of thoughts, James. We got to wrap it up, buddy. But I appreciate you. All right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You were good points. Good points.
Hey.
You could say he's been that guy did not go to sleep last night.
He didn't go to sleep because
he didn't go to sleep last night.
It sounds like he took 17 no-dos because he didn't want to forget his thoughts. Because he said, I know Tobin and Leroy, they gonna open up the airways. I'm gonna be ready. Popping no-dos, drinking. Y'all don't remember that soda back in the day? Jolt.
Oh man.
Jolt. It tastes like Coke, but it was like 17 uppers were in it.
No, it tasted like Coke, and it made you feel like you had a Coke. You were taking up. That's why it was called Jolt.
All right, we'll take a break. Back after this. not in the mood today. You know what hour it is. Leave me alone.
Hey,
get to our headlines.
Hey, Tua didn't do
It has
nothing
nothing to do with
this.
Tua. Nothing to do with Tua. You guys know I'm a big
Do it!
Tua fan.
Do it!
I don't wanna.
It ain't got nothing to do with Tua.
Tua the program, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Tobin
Hey, don't cheat.
Leroy
Listen,
here with
don't
you.
cheat, Tua.
Wow.
Yeah, you see this? You
Just worried
see
about
this?
Jimmy. Just worried about Jimmy.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Let's put it
What
this way.
are you talking about?
You've seen him walking. There's nothing to worry about. The only thing you need to worry about is whether he needs surgery or not.
Yeah, well, here was Jimmy in the locker room yesterday. Let's get to our headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. RV and Richard said, "Make me a bicycle, clown."
Here was Jimmy Butler when asked about his injury in the locker room last night. He apparently was being given a protective sleeve. This is what Jimmy had to say.
It felt me feeling like I couldn't do too much, which sucks. With the timing of the game and everything, but we had to let me tweak, and we'll see what these tests got tomorrow.
Are you expecting to go for an MRI, or is that the next step? And
That's the next
is
step.
that a concern once you go for an MRI? Is it? In other words, could you feel it in your body? Does it feel serious? Like, this could be something more, or?
I don't want to jinx it, but I hope that I'm fine. I hope I wake up tomorrow and I can still stick and move. But right now, I can't say that that's the case. What happened on the flight? I fell and he landed, and my knee just didn't do well, I guess. I don't know, but it's not a good feeling. I can tell you that.
So here's the deal.
Throwing up a video from Yahoo right now of him walking.
Let me tell you, a person that walk like that after a game, he ain't gonna be doing jumping jacks in the morning. It gets worse for the first 24, 48 hours. So that's just real. Like I know he's saying the Heat thing. I hope I get up tomorrow and but if you moving like that right after the game.
Yeah. Right now, the thing is, so you had two national reporters, the two most prominent national reporters, Woj and Shams, have come out and said that Jimmy Butler is expected to miss multiple weeks, which may happen, but I do think that Jimmy Butler's camp is not happy that this is out there right now because there's a lot of pushback locally. He doesn't even get an MRI until 3:30 today, according to the Herald.
So that's what, and to be, there's two ways you can look at that, right? There may have been no rush to get an MRI because there's no chance he's playing on Friday, and there's no need to rush an MRI when you have a pretty good idea what is going on, right? So, they do these minimal tests just in the locker room, and they can kind of give you an idea of how the ligaments are working or not. If he would have got an MRI first thing in the morning, right, I would say, they're probably just doing it just to make sure he's okay.
Right.
But the fact that nobody's rushing to do anything, it's just weird. He's going to be out for a minute.
This was his agent, Bernie Lee, had called into Sirius XM, I guess, within the last hour. And he was not pleased that there are already reports that he's missing multiple weeks.
The game ended last night at about 10 p.m. So from 10 p.m. to now, it's 9:37 a.m. I saw Jimmy last at the arena. We all had a conversation, probably around 11:30. They leave from the arena at 11:30. They go to the airport. They fly home. They got home around 3:30. It's now 9:30. We don't see the doctor till later this afternoon, right? And as you guys know, everybody, the locker rooms are a busy place. People can, think about something or speculate something, but nobody really knows. We're going to see the doctor later today. And it blows my mind that somebody that wasn't in the arena is somehow has come up with a medical timeline of something that literally four of us, one is the person that got hurt, and me, the person that has conversations with everything, that everything gets filtered through. We don't even know. And now we're having to live in somebody else's created reality of you know something that I didn't know. Like I was in Philadelphia last night. I literally just landed in Miami. Like, what do you know that I don't know? Like I'm amazed at it, to be totally honest with you.
There you go. That was Bernie Lee on Sirius XM NBA radio.
All right.
He's had his back and forth with Shams before. I think there's a lot of annoyance from but I don't know if it doesn't really change anything. Like maybe
It
Jimmy
doesn't,
Butler,
right.
Maybe Jimmy Butler is headed out for multiple weeks. It's kind of why it's like it's when you have, I think what they're annoyed by is like, look, maybe you guys are right. These vague predictions of, oh, he'll be out multiple weeks. Yeah, he probably will be, but can you guys just wait? Can we not know till 4:30? So nothing, but yeah, Leroy, he doesn't look like a guy who's going to play tomorrow.
Right.
And if Jimmy Butler doesn't play for the Miami Heat, you could lose to the Chicago Bulls.
Well, listen, this is to everybody involved. Do we need a medical professional to tell us what we can see for ourselves? Right? Because if he's able to play tomorrow, what, he gonna go out there like Willis Reed? Because Willis Reed only had 2 points.
And
then he went and sat. Then he went and sat his ass down on the bench because he couldn't move. Okay? But we all hear about Willis Reed returning, right? Vlad, Willis Reed, really? He played for like 12 seconds, had 2 points, and went and sat his ass down.
Yeah, but had to still drop 36 and 18.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But that's the Wilt game, right?
That's the Reed game. Yeah, it's just his impact, his presence.
I mean, that's kind of what last night was. I think what Jimmy was trying to do. I mean, like I'm going to try and be out here, even though all I can do is basically sit in the corner.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
4 points, Leroy. Don't shortchange him. So here's the deal. They have problems scoring, right? And then we gonna have Jimmy out there.
I know.
So now they scored. They had with even less.
He said he's like, I think I probably hurt us more than I helped us last night.
Right, because they having problems scoring, and you got one guy that can't move.
Yeah. To be fair, they did that. The one that bastard Josh Hart, such a bastard. When he intentionally hurt Jimmy Butler's ankle.
Hold on.
When he intentionally hurt Jimmy Butler's ankle.
Let me ask you a question. Yesterday, who played the Miami Heat?
The Sixers.
The Sixers.
Well, I have.
Why are you bringing up things of the past?
Great question. I'll tell you why. Because Jimmy Butler did the same thing in that game where Josh Hart intentionally hurt him, and then was forced to miss a game. He did the same thing where he basically just sat in the corner. In that game, that he ended up winning. But that's what I think he was hoping for last night.
Right. I get it. Like, I'm not. Listen. Here's what I believe. I believe in situations like that, your star player and your coach looks at you and you say I'm in, and your coach don't say nothing. He says, okay. Right. And that's the way that's always going to go. Right. Sometimes a coach will take him out. Like, I know if I was Spo and I saw it, I would say, let me give you a rest.
I think when Spo saw that he couldn't stay in front of Kelly Oubre on a cut, he was like, ugh. Like, and Joel Embiid finds him and he gets the foul because Jimmy don't foul. Like, Jimmy is, one of the best defenders and is able to do without fouling. I think they knew, like, all right, he really can't beat Jimmy Butler tonight, but the damage was done.
Yep. Pretty much. But again, like, the Heat are in this position and they had a number of situations where they could have been out of this situation. And we can add them up during the course of the year. But the fact still remains is that the thing that fails them the most is the thing that everybody in the damn league is doing, scoring.
We'll take a quick break. You guys can get the show, YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQM, and on the chat. We'll get to some of your comments. You guys can call 305-567-0560. Back with more after this.
This hour of Tobin and Leroy
What you looking at there, dude? You look hypnotized on your phone.
I'm trying to find some shoes.
Like just sneakers, golf shoes.
No sneakers that my orthotics can fit in, and I have to get wide, and it's just a pain in the butt because all the shoes that have wide are like old people shoes. Saucony, was Hoka.
Let's see. Yeah.
Leroy's about to go to like Sears and get the $75 Nikes.
You gonna get those signature sketches from Joel Embiid?
Man.
Hey, Vlad, you'll enjoy this story. Guess what just happened to me?
Uh-oh.
So here, ding ding, doorbell rings, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look outside. It's one of the roofers. So he's just staring at me. So then he shows me his phone like this, right? Google Translate. It says, here's what Google Translate said. It said, is it okay if I lower some of your coconuts?
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
So did you say yes?
I just gave him a thumbs up.
Oh,
He says, gracias.
Yeah, like how many coconuts? How many coconuts you actually having out of a tree?
Huh?
That's still weird for a guy to ask you.
Oh, I get asked all the time.
No, the lawn guys will ask if they can come cut down your coconuts.
Yeah, I got a couple of big palm trees with some massive coconuts.
Hey, Tobin. Tobin's the
Sometimes you
mango
gotta
guy though.
No, I'm not a mango guy. I got that allergy to the
Oh
syrup.
yeah, you're allergic to
No, but that's what I'm saying. You bring in the mangoes because you can't eat them.
No, I cut that, dude. I had that mango allergy that I had. First of all, such a weird loser thing to be allergic to.
It is.
It's
very fitting of you, though.
It's such an embarrassment.
It's like you're missing out on one of life's
I love
greatest
mangoes.
treasures.
And I don't think it's new because I don't know what happened, but like 2 years ago, this syrup would get on me, and I'd have the nastiest rash. I kept going to the dermatologist. I'm like, "What is this?" He's like, "You mess with anything in your house?" I'm like, "I cut some mangoes." I was bingo. I'm like, "What? Mangoes?"
So basically, you paid for something you could have did. Bingo.
Well, no, I needed his prescription because I needed the good stuff to get rid of that. Dude, I had like you remember the rash? I had like hives that were going all over me, dude. It was crazy.
Right.
But no, but the coconuts, I'll always if anybody wants the coconuts, they're good to take them.
No, but you used to just bring the mangoes to work.
Yeah, I did. Well, but I don't know. I don't know when it happened. I got something that happens. You develop allergies. It's weird.
See, I'm allergic to silly sauce. No, I'm not.
RMT says, I blame Pat, not Spo. Spo is just working with Pat with what Pat gives him. Look, Pat's he said this going into this year that they were staring into. Remember, he said they're staring into the abyss. He usually gives things a 5-year run. If this ends Friday or in the first round, and even if it doesn't, if it really didn't end in a championship this year, they're gonna do something. I don't know what that ends up being, but they're going. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean they're gonna go get a whale. I mean like they're going to shake something up of the core.
Okay,
of the guys who have been here.
But what I'm saying is this: when you say if it doesn't result in a championship, I'm gonna go ahead out on the limb
and say
it's not.
I'm just saying like. That's the last step. They've been as far as you can go twice with everybody here with their core of Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler. Throw Duncan in there too. Those guys have been together for 5 years. You've gotten as far as there is to go, except without winning a championship. Pat basically laid it out there before the season. And obviously this is what happens when the hope was this year. You're like, oh, well, you're gonna go get some massive star to help, and the whole Damian Lillard thing flopped. You weren't able to get him. You tried to spin it and get Terry in the middle of the year and get rid of Lowry, and Terry wasn't there last night, and Lowry's poking the ball away and laughing in your face with his big cheeks.
I think more the problem with Lowry is that we can't have 3 guys on the floor at the same time who only bring intangibles. We need somebody to bring some damn buckets. And that's what was happening, right? He does all the things that aren't on the T-sheet. We need some stuff on the sheet. We need records of what you're doing, right? Because that's translating more, especially with this team, translates more to wins. You can have a couple of guys like that, but you can have 3 or 4 guys on your team.
And look, the Sixers can have Lowry on a minimum doing that intangible stuff. You can't have him, be one of your max spots that are taking a bunch of, and he's taking 4 shots a game. You just can't.
Right.
You can't do it. So yeah, I would imagine, there's gonna be some changes. I don't know what those are. There's plenty of time, and there's going to be plenty of time to look at that. But I will say for Spo, like, every coach has to go through their adjustments. He's very good at that. But I think he's got to look a little bit into, how do I free these guys up a little more? Because how is it like we're mixing cement every year on offense? I know he's innovative. We've seen him do it before, but it felt like his default always with this roster, for whatever reason, he always thought, I'm going to grind everybody into dust. And
you can't do that anymore.
The
3-ball, while you grinding anybody, somebody get high from 3, it's over.
Nobody wants to be Tom Thibodeau.
But guess what? Tom Thibodeau actually has adapted to this current game right now.
I mean, kind of, dude. He's still playing. He's still playing.
Isn't Chicago one of the highest scoring teams?
Well, New York is top 10 offensively.
He's still out there playing DiVincenzo 50 minutes a game.
Well, you know what? As much as I hate it, he doesn't get hurt. There's a theory to that. If you play a lot, you don't really get hurt.
Check
this
out.
Check
this out.
Vlad,
every opportunity I ever got in football was based on that.
Just do whatever.
No.
Oh,
didn't get hurt.
Oh, because you never got you hardly got hurt.
Right. So while people say, "Oh, this guy's probably better, this guy's probably there," they go, "But Leroy's there."
Ian says the fluke was last year's run that led the Heat to thinking they could run it back. The Terry move was good, but all the moves this year were not transformative enough. I agree with that.
Listen, here's what I get mad at you about, Tobin. Here's what I get mad at Heat fans about. You're trying to make the anomaly the norm.
But
last year was an anomaly.
All right, but
that doesn't happen.
Here's the thing, Leroy. Every Heat fan did want them to make moves. Every Heat fan.
No. I know. But
every Heat fan was like,
I'm saying
something to get Jimmy some help. We said the same thing
as this season has gone on. This season has gone on, everybody's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just do what we did last year," including you.
And he still wins.
And I'm saying, no, you can't. Like
Leroy, no. The guy that I'm saying is still winning is the guy that you've hated all throughout last summer, and you made fun of.
Who?
And you dropped 60 on him when you beat his team down by 60 when he came here.
Oh, Cronin?
But he's winning right now.
Is he?
Well, listen.
Nobody's better than Scoot.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if the whole situation, we all know where Dame wanted to go. Dame doesn't look happy in Milwaukee.
Oh, he looks miserable.
He looks miserable, and he might be knocked out.
So he wins because now everybody's miserable?
And yes, everybody joins him in misery.
I hate that. What kind of winning is that?
Misery loves company, right? So therefore, that's what happened. Dame didn't go where he wanted to go. Miami didn't get where they wanted to get. And the person that really went out of it is him and Drew Holiday. Because Drew Holiday got a $119 million contract.
Can we turn the Nick Batum game off? Does it have to be on the studio?
I mean, do you want to watch Skip talking about how Philadelphia might be a threat to Boston? Also,
Not really.
You know what I mean? Like,
really. Maybe like, can we put on like Animal Planet or something?
This is bad. I've never seen Tobin like this in a long time.
It's
Dude, there's been a lot of.
You know what it is, Vlad? Here's what it is. There comes a time in our lives when we thinking positive. This could happen. And the saddest and worst day of your life, regardless of what it is when you wake up in the morning and realize it ain't gonna happen. Right? That's where Tobin is right now. For whatever reason, he realizes that he's one game away from dressing up like a baby.
Oh, is that your thing?
Well,
Yeah.
Wait. I'm not doing that.
No.
Jimmy Butler got hurt.
I want to see Pampers. No, you wearing
That's
Pampers.
ridiculous. Jimmy Butler got hurt.
You wearing Pampers.
This doesn't stand. This is unforeseen circumstances.
What are you talking
This
about?
Is not what I bet. I did not bet.
Wait.
It doesn't matter.
Hold on. Your Honor. I would like
there.
to say there was no stipulation in said wager.
Oh,
there was no
stipulation.
guys got hurt.
Overruled.
Stipulation. I'm making a stipulation. That ain't the Heat team that I made this claim
Stipulation
on.
overruled.
We don't have the same claim. What a ridiculous. Why don't you all grow up? Oh, okay. I got to suffer the consequences because Jimmy Butler had Kelly Oubre laying on his knee.
Stipulation overruled.
Jennifer, do you
Oh,
hear
don't
this?
listen to her. She's ruthless. She wants me to do. If I say words, she's like dartboard of doom. Meanwhile, she hasn't even done her punishment yet.
You got one too, though, don't you?
Yeah, but you know I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
But this one's different. Ridiculous. What do you mean I got to dress up? The stupid team doesn't have their best player.
Oh my goodness.
Ridiculous, dude.
Oh, here we go.
Ridiculous. Back after this. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to mix things on up here. And the mixed bag is brought to you by Broward Health. Well into your future. Leroy.
What's up?
Thanks for making me feel better, man. Not really, though.
I don't think I did.
Not really.
I mean, it wasn't my intention to make everybody feel bad. However, you were asking for it. You know, you were putting
I don't feel like I was.
You were putting your emotions out there in a very, wishy-washy state. You knew your emotions could come back the way they have. Now, the reasons why may be different, but you had to know with what you've been seeing all year that the emotional state that you were in with the ebbs and flows of this team, that this was possible.
Well, so for mixed bag today, I got you this, Leroy. It's kind of like a mixed bag / damage is done. But did you see Caitlin Clark yesterday?
Oh, I wanted to bring that up.
Okay, cool. Well, if you guys didn't see this,
I didn't see what happened.
Okay, so Caitlin Clark got introduced yesterday, #1 pick.
Okay.
She was introduced to the Indiana Fever media.
Okay.
And so I guess she does this thing after the game where she does like a heart over her.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that's her thing. And so I guess a reporter who turns out to be former Heat hater, OG Heat hater, if the Heat fans will remember this name, Greg Doyle.
Oh my God, Doyle's still there?
Greg Doyle from the Indianapolis Star. He's like hearting at her while he's asking the question. Anyway, here is the video of Caitlin Clark dealing with Greg Doyle's ass yesterday and everything that was going on there.
Hi, Caitlin. Greg Doyle, Indy Star. Real quick, let me do this.
You like that?
I like that you're here. I like that you're here.
I do that at my family after every game, so.
Okay, well, let's start doing it to me and we'll get along just fine. So,
hey, yo, that's weird.
Weird, dude.
Yo, what are you doing?
Weird.
Hey, now, let me ask you a question. That's a professional.
Allegedly.
She's 22.
23? She's still a young lady.
Yeah, a young lady, right? Why don't we get after them for asking dumbass questions? But you'll get on a 20-year-old or a 22-year-old for giving a bad response.
J-Fig just gave him -1 for
-1.
I don't think we have that.
I don't think we have minus
should.
for pertinence.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I'm all here for the downfall of Greg Doyle. Finally catching up
I
to
get
us.
so sick and tired of hearing people say that question had to be asked or that had to be. You know what?
Weird, dude.
Right.
No, first from the gate. Like, why are you hearting her?
Right.
Why are you doing that to her? First of all, do you even know what you're doing?
He doesn't even know what it meant.
Literally, he did. He sounded like an old man who was just trying to be cool and then trying to like engage, himself, be engaged with her, and it didn't happen. So she was nice, but when you say something like, "If you do that to me, we'll be okay." Whoa! If you do what? What kind of craziness is that? Nah, man, he's got to go.
Greg Doyle, who now is
fired.
Who now? I don't know if he'll get fired.
No, he's gonna do. He's gonna.
Well,
get
he's
his
already
tweets and apologize.
This is his tweet. He tweets and he wrote a whole column about it too. But he first tweeted today in my uniquely oafish way while welcoming at Caitlin Clark 22 to Indy. I formed my hands into her signature heart. My comment afterward was clumsy and awkward. I sincerely apologize. Please know my heart, literally and figuratively, was well-intentioned. I will do better.
No. So let me ask you a question. If an athlete who said something stupid said that same response, we'd be chewing him up.
This dude, listen, this dude spent the entire first season of the Big Three. I think he covered, I don't remember who he wrote for, but he spent the entire season of the Big Three, the first season, just blasting LeBron.
No.
Lambasting LeBron.
Here,
Forget who he worked for, though.
And
I want to say it was CBS.
That's the problem I have.
so.
The problem I have is this. Okay. Athletes who come into this position, become professional athletes, aren't always public speakers, right? They're athletes. That's their skill, right? But you are a professional writer and a professional reporter. So you tell me who should be getting, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what kills me about all of this. Like, we have reporters doing stupid stuff and asking dumb questions, and they get away with it. But if an athlete says something awkward because he's, uncomfortable or not a public speaker, we jump down his throat like nothing. So where's this?
This is creepy.
No, where is it? I want to see the public outrage for somebody doing something stupid.
Oh, he's getting, I mean, Leroy, he is getting crushed. I don't know if he'll get fired, but he's getting killed. He wrote an entire column apologizing
The next
to her.
time an athlete says something stupid, I want you to see the vitriol and the backlash that the whole media outlet world goes after him with.
You want some of the comments?
Yes, I would like, you know what? I hear him for the athlete. Let's hear him from him.
This is at Wu-Tang for the kids.
Oh, oh my goodness. Wu-Tang for the kids. I already know how this is going.
Nah, man, you're straight up creepy. Carolina Teague. As a journalist, you're supposed to be asking questions. You literally are speaking to a decorated athlete and a generational talent. This is degrading to Kaylin as a woman and an athlete. Clumsy and awkward equals disrespectful and creepy.
Yep.
Teddy says clumsy and awkward is an interesting way to describe creepy and unprofessional.
Right.
Mike says Greg thinks sexual harassment is clumsy and awkward, well-intentioned. Jeez.
Like
that's nasty, bro. That's nasty.
Monty says
the other reports.
Indiana Fever
needs reporter should have protected their guild and said something.
Indiana Fever need to pull the press pass. That'll be an interesting one.
I would have.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
They might.
Now, here's the thing. Here's where I am with this. Show me a reporter when an athlete says something stupid that comes out and says it was an awkward situation. I get where he's going. Or do they just run with it because they want the story?
No, you're gonna play.
Right.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, I mean, he's already making content out of it.
Right. So from that standpoint, I want that same energy. I want that same energy going after the dumbass question as you do the dumb response. Or the response you think is inappropriate. Because we will jump down an athlete who says something crazy, right? And I tell you what, that guy's probably twice the age of the athlete and probably should know better, correct?
Easily, yeah.
Probably should know better. So I want to see not only the Twitter world, I want to see his contemporaries go after him. Like, no, dude. No, that's not acceptable.
He says, I'm devastated to realize I'm part of the problem. I screwed up Wednesday during my first interaction with number 1 overall pick Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever. What happened was the most me thing ever. In one way, I'm sort of known locally for having awkward conversations with people before asking brashly controversial questions. I've done this for years with Colts coaches Chuck Pagano, Frank Reich, Shane Steichen. I've done it with Purdue players. I did it with IU's Romeo Langford, talking to them as people, not athletes. Notice something with all those names. They're all men. On the one hand, yes, absolutely, male and female athletes should be treated the same. I'm talking about coverage, respect, compensation, terminology, you name it. Stories have been written about idiots who say or act otherwise, and then me comes along about another insensitive man, which goes viral on social media, and I decided to write about that idiot, me.
No, I ain't buying it. Nope.
Damage is done, my friend.
Yeah, bro. And then bro. And then he's trying to say, I try to humanize the athletes. Don't.
You don't.
Don't make it weird.
Don't.
No, because you see, he talked
Why do
about
people need
here,
lessons on? Like, let me ask you something. Why do you need lessons on being how not to be a weirdo?
Correct. Correct. Why do we all of a sudden need lessons on how to be a courteous and respectable person?
Wait,
now
yeah.
all of a sudden we need classes for it.
Timbo's
That's
like,
a
wow.
grown ass man.
Now he's playing the victim.
No.
Oh yeah, he's playing victim.
No, he's the grown ass man. And notice, besides the head coaches, most of them are probably less than half his age. So I ask you this: is that not a form of bullying? Because if that young kid or young man or young woman went after him the way they should have for asking those dumb questions, it would have been disrespectful to him.
For sure.
Nuh-uh. See, y'all, nuh-uh. That's why, listen, look, they think they have carte blanche to talk to people any kind of way. And then they all hide behind the same thing. All these reporters, they all hide behind the same thing. It had to be asked.
That's just my personality. I'm humanizing before controversial
So
questions.
you admit to being a jackass.
Like, oh,
That's what he did.
When
he,
I angry
he
people, I'm
he
crazy.
admitted to being a perv. He admitted to being disrespectful to athletes. He admitted to it. He shouldn't have that job then.
Top bum.
I tell you what, in a move that they probably won't do, you are right, Vlad. The Indianapolis Fever should take his credentials. We will not have somebody in the locker room disrespecting our athletes like that.
And I want them to be the one to say it. I don't want
Yes.
this to fall on her.
Yes.
Because then,
Yes.
then all of a sudden that
Yes.
could be
Protect protect your players.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, protect your player by saying you want to do it. She has nothing to do with
And
this.
again-
Even if she did, that shouldn't be on Caitlin.
And again, I would have some understanding. And I would understand that sometimes people just say dumb stuff, right? But show me the other side of it. Show me the reporter that has ever written, I did this article and it's not going to come across right because he seemed like he was a little uncomfortable or she was a little uncomfortable answering the questions. So a lot of these questions were answered like, name the time, or do they just take the information, piece it up, and run with it? Yeah. No. Hey, Indiana Fever. Them streets need a body.
Damn, Demi Lovato got
Yeah.
pissed at him.
Oh, Demi? I love me some Demi, boy. Yeah. So she got that that
So
acting.
that's so and I
Demi
want
Lovato
one
says you gotta
clown.
Go. You gotta go.
I want one clown to tell me that's what she signed up for. She's a professional athlete. She signed up for that. As a person, as a young woman, she didn't sign up for that BS.
All right, take a break. You suck, Greg Doyle. I mean, you've always sucked, but now everybody knows you suck.
Yep.
Just so clear. I mean, like I've hated your ass like for a decade now. But if Caitlin Clark is what's going to lead to his downfall, I'm all for it. Take a break. Back after this. Welcome back. Tobin Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
Hello,
Take up until 2. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
Let's get to some cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Raspberry peach.
Yeah, it's more
Yes.
peach.
The Panthers, they are going to open up first round action Sunday, 12:30, Leroy. Game 1.
Now let me ask you this, because I talked to you during the break.
Yep.
Is it the NBA, NHL playoff schedule makers that hate South Florida? Or is it because South Florida doesn't, some of the teams in South Florida, like, Leroy like to play with their food and then, leave it up
I
to
don't know.
be.
They did this last year because, look, if the Heat take care of business tomorrow and somehow get themselves in the first round, I believe game 1 is 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Game 1 at Boston is
which
1
would
o'clock.
mean we would have Panthers and Heat going on at the exact same time.
But here's the problem. Here's how it happened this year. All the games were supposed to be on Tuesday. But what ended up happening was
the Flyers pushed
the Flyers had to
back.
play.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now the schedule's set long before the play-in. You don't know who or when the play-in's going to be. So that it just kind of happened that way.
Well, the other thing that screws us in a lot of cities that it doesn't happen in other cities because of what Leroy's talking about. If you have both teams, most teams, I think in most major cities, share the arena for hockey and basketball.
They do. That's why.
So that's why there's never a conflict. With us, each team has their own building. So they're like, oh, we don't care. We'll throw them both on at the same time. He got to take care of their business, but if it does happen, yes, it's very annoying. It is very annoying. It was annoying.
We want to put this on the schedulers. They're saying that they don't hate. They hate Miami.
It's really on
but
Caleb.
Miami
Martin.
Hates Miami because you put yourself in this situation.
It's really on Caleb Martin because
you really going with that Caleb Martin.
What do you mean? You mean I'm going with the truth?
Missing for chicken.
Bricking for chicken.
Oh, bricking for chicken.
Bricking for chicken.
Bricking for chicken. I like it. Bricking for chicken.
That's what it's called. I'm not taking credit for that. That's what the promotion is called.
Oh, bricking for chicken. So he bricked 2 free throws. 76ers won a free sandwich or free chicken.
I don't know if they win nuggets. I don't know if it's
whatever.
They
win something.
I believe
with chicken.
it's a Chick-fil-A promotion. One would think that's a free chicken sandwich.
So it's a free chicken sandwich. So they won the game and they got a free chicken sandwich?
Yeah. It's tough, right?
It's tough.
It's tough.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. They're leaving happy.
Yep.
And they were booing. Did you hear the boos during the game?
man.
Oh my God. They were about to boo them out of the center.
The only type of bird J Fig loves, the boo birds.
Oh,
Boo birds.
Can't kill those.
Love
Can't
those.
kill. Well, apparently you can by giving them free chicken. Killing me, dude.
Jennifer, are you getting ready for your birthday extravaganza?
Stressing, but
why?
I don't really celebrate my birthday.
Oh,
and whenever I do, I'm not the one in charge of it. So,
well, yeah, it's
stressful.
It's your celebration, so you shouldn't do any work.
It's he says worrying about the Heat Panthers playing on the same day right now is like me worrying about Rihanna cheating on me. Basket hand. You got to get a number.
Eventually, it's gonna bother you.
Hey, you know what scares me more than anything about Friday?
What, Monday?
Is that a team coming in that might not be as good as the Heat but can score a bunch of points? That's it.
And Kobe White's coming off a 40 burger.
Yep.
And then Tyler's gonna be looking at me like, I could top that.
All right, guys. So let's
but who's gonna guard him?
Tyler, is this the Tyler Hero game tomorrow night?
I thought last night was. I mean, it was his golden opportunity.
All right, but now with Jimmy more than likely being out for tomorrow night's game, and we still putting an AP. I mean, there's not a big man, so Bam should
Bam's
able
gonna
to
get
play.
his. Bam's gonna get his.
I don't know, but
I mean, if he's allowed and he doesn't have to spend half the time
But
screaming.
Here's the problem.
Vucevic always be busting your ass though.
Here's the problem.
I mean, he hasn't done it as much as a Bull. When he was a Magic, he was right there with the best of them.
Who you gonna put on DeMar? Because we didn't even mention him.
H.
And that dude don't miss. And you gonna put Caleb on Kobe White?
Probably.
Oh, it's not gonna be a good night.
Because you gotta hide
DeLon Wright
Tyler.
did a great
You gotta
job.
hide Tyler.
If Terry doesn't play, I think DeLon Wright will probably get some more time because he was really good the last game. Kind of makes you wonder why he wasn't playing.
And then my other question is, you put so much defense out there, how you gonna score?
Nico's gonna have to play a lot tomorrow.
Dude, how are they gonna score? It should be like the end of the media guide this past year. How are they gonna score? I don't know. Good question, Leroy. Eric Spoelstra would just like to, he basically would just like to take every bit of juice that he can out of this team and be like, hey, can we win this one 70-60? Like that would be like, I think that would be his Vincent Van Gogh. It's like, we've seen games in the 80s. Could we get this one in the 70s? Like that's, I think, what would bring him pleasure at this point.
It's a good point that Tobin's bringing up because this is a guy that we heard went to Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
To learn how to use, the spread, the Heato team, how to utilize them better, how to make the offense better. And I saw how the offense was with that team.
I think the man, first of all, let's be real about it. Like he had to be basically like kicked into playing Jovic this year, like by injuries and by necessity. That dude is so clearly one of the like so different from everything they got, from the speed he plays at, from the unselfishness he plays at, from not needing the ball all the time. Like, dude, he's going to find energy for it. Like, they got to find a way next year to utilize that kid in a big way. Whatever the moves are, unless, he's traded for a will. But, like, whatever the moves are, I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm just saying it is what it is. But if he's back next year,
oh my God,
you gotta find a way. I need Spo. He needs to go to Serbia. We need to have talks.
Can I say this?
If Spo here's what I'll say. If Spo has a whole summer, there's going to be a lot of.
He won't have a whole summer.
No, he's got stupid Paris. But after before Paris, he needs to find some time to like decompress. You need to give this man some new spices to figure some things out.
Can I just say this? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Any team that wants to work out a trade with the Heat,
yeah,
they're gonna want Jovic over Tyler, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
He's the gem. I think he's the gem. Jaime too. Jaime played good last night.
Jaime played very well.
But here's the deal. You need guys. The thing that I liked when Jaquez, Yovi, and Terry were on the court together is the speed in which they played with, right? You got a couple of guys who like to pound the ball, and that's why you can't score offensively.
Yeah, and it's like it's just like with him, like dude, he may fancy himself with the rest of these guys, and dude, he don't got the moves they do. He just doesn't. He doesn't. You put Kelly Oubre on him, he short circuits.
Because Kelly Oubre is tall.
Yeah, he wanted to be on the Heat this year.
Tall and lanky.
I wanted him to be on the Heat.
That's tough. And he ruined Jimmy Butler.
He did not ruin Jimmy Butler.
Ruined him.
Come on, bro.
Stop.
Who makes a stop like that?
Hey,
what's this, Street Fighter?
Vlad, that makes him feel better. That he can put all this whole situation of why the Heat are playing in the second playing game.
Because if we lose,
he can put that on because Kelly Oubre purposely hurt Jimmy. And he can live with that.
I can. I'll be able to walk through the summer. Now, I'll still want changes.
It won't be true.
Leroy, you don't get what's going on right now.
I don't.
Tobin's about to pack. He's getting all the fishing gear.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Hey.
You don't get that. You don't understand.
Jennifer,
make it to,
oh, no. Just so we're clear.
He's packing.
Just so we're clear.
He's already Monday morning.
I hung up my harpoon for a season.
That's it.
Let's be clear. Once once the summer happens, old Tobes is open for business.
He's not even gonna wait for the summer. He's
I
gonna
love how
wait
he loves
till
to throw in these
Monday
little
morning.
fun technicalities.
Oh,
Yeah.
You said I'm never
Then
wailing
if
again.
we say something,
You
oh
didn't-
no,
You
you're
didn't
throwing in.
say I'm not wailing for a season.
I said I was a changed man, and I said that I wasn't
Changed
going.
men don't just
I wasn't-
change for one
I-
season.
Well, you know what? I tried to change, and
Also, now you tried to change.
I tried to change, and my significant other burned me.
So
You
is
know?
this a relapse?
Hard to say. We'll find out. I mean, like, look,
Hard
I'm not
say.
I'm not talking about it until the season is over, until the heart monitor flatlines, until
you wear a diaper.
I'm not wearing a diaper. I'm
You're
not. I'm not
wearing a
baby.
diaper,
I'm not a
okay?
baby. I'm not a baby.
You're
We're gonna
wearing
make
a
the playoffs.
diaper. So go look for your little depends, okay?
I am not. I'm not wearing a diaper because first of
Go
all, I'm not a
look for your
baby.
depends.
And second of all,
man,
You're a big baby.
no. Let me just say something right now, Jennifer.
Adult
This is not fair.
Brendan?
Jimmy Butler
How
is
is
hurt.
it not fair?
It's not fair. Jimmy Butler's
You did
hurt.
not
That's not
include that in
fair.
your rules. You did not include that in
I
your
shouldn't
rules.
have, dude. I shouldn't have to pay a bet with no Jim.
I shouldn't have to fight you for the bets you make.
This is ridiculous.
Man,
not fair.
Now I want to pacify with your diaper.
Oh no!
How am I gonna do a show with
We got rattles. We got rattles. We got rattles. A bib.
This is ridiculous.
You gonna be a
I ain't
big
playing
ass
with
baby.
you.
Get a pink. I want a pink bib for him.
Pink?
Yeah.
That's not Heat colors.
Yes, it is.
Supposed to be a Heat baby.
I get you a
now you're
I
throwing
get you a
things
Miami
in.
Heat
Guess what?
bib.
Miami Heat Vice. You're gonna be a
Yeah.
Miami Heat
The
Vice.
the Vice
Vice
kid. One of
bib.
those.
Wish
The
we had
Vice bib.
jerseys. Heat culture jerseys. Ridiculous.
Oh, well, now you're ripping the culture?
I mean, like, look, this team had that play with that motto on the court this year. What did they do?
Well, Tobin,
hardest working, best conditioned. Sometimes when we feel like it.
didn't they have a better record than this year than they had last season?
They did.
Yeah,
About
but
like-
so did 8 other teams. So did 7 other teams.
All right, Tobin, you want? I can give you an early whale warning.
Hmm?
You know who you should be rooting for? You should be rooting for the Phoenix Suns to have a first.
Why are you
round
encouraging
matchup.
him, huh?
Oh, because we need something for the summer.
Listen, I feel like we're gonna have plenty out there.
Devin Booker. You need Devin Booker.
Devin Booker, Spider,
Spider.
Dame again. You know, might go back to the Dame well. KD.
Wow, you
Paul
got
George.
you got blatant disregard for the rules, huh?
Dude,
You
I already told you.
Well, you know what he's doing?
He was already.
Wait,
Come on, bro. You
not only,
Big
not only is he
baby.
wailing, he is speculating. He got the map out.
Whoa.
And he's looking
He's
at
been
He
at
had
it.
the mind.
So he won't look at us in the eye.
He has radar on all these whales. It's like he put an attachment on them, and he's just
Of course
like
he
beep, beep,
does.
beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell
He
you,
tag,
Tobin
bag
has
him
a
and tag
secret-
him.
Yeah,
He's tagging him.
Tobin has a secret room in his house where it's whale hunting. It's just
Oh, with all the strings? With all
all
the
the
strings
strings.
attached?
He has an attic full of a whole layer.
that's all it's doing. And then
Hey,
right now,
So you
right
don't
now,
feel-
if they lose on
you don't feel
Friday,
bad about this?
Not at all.
He's there with a smile and everything. Batting
Oh
his
my
little eye.
goodness.
Not at all. Did you not just see our season end because of Nick Batum? No, I don't.
not
feel
over
bad about
yet.
any of this.
But it's not over yet.
Jimmy Butler doesn't work anymore. His leg is broken.
what's this, 5 years? See, that's the
5
problem.
years.
See, here's the thing. In this new current model of sports, Leroy, I think that you have 3 years. After 3 years, you got to reload, replenish, or refocus.
You got to do something majorly different. And
So-
everybody else in the East did because the Heat kept kicking their
Right.
ass. And then you're like,
And Riles still got that old school mentality
So are
of
you.
like,
What are you
4
talking about?
no,
You
but
still say Heat and 5.
But he's always going to say Heat and 5.
That's
That's
what
the
I do.
fan in him. But the fact of the matter is, Leroy, is that you got to understand you can't really go 5 years with a core like this. That you've got to change
Everybody
it
else
up.
has changed. Everybody else
Yeah.
everybody's made major moves. I mean, even Boston. Major moves.
major moves.
And you still try-
Indiana got Siakam. The Knicks got Anunoby. The Cavs, they got Donovan Mitchell. Everybody got stuff. And the Heat, we got Terry Rozier, who was not there. And even Philly, like, all right, James Harden, he stinks. Screw him. Get him out of here. They got rid of Doc Rivers, who sucks as a coach, very clearly. Sorry, Doc.
No disrespect taken.
Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Miami Heat back in action tomorrow. Playing game part 2, just like it was last year.
Are you boots on the ground?
Of course. I'm not a coward. I'm going to watch this go down. I'm going to watch it in person. 7 o'clock tip-off tomorrow night from the Kaseya Center. And then we got the West playing game, Sacramento at New Orleans. They, of course, no Zion. Hey, by the way, can I look? I feel like I've been pretty good today, taking my licking. Can I call one media person out for being a rat bastard?
Who's that?
You familiar with this Eddie Johnson?
No.
Yeah, Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix Suns, Sirius XM NBA radio.
Yeah, former six-man great.
What's this guy's deal, huh?
Well, what's
So yesterday, we're all sad. Jimmy Butler is hurt, but this guy's had it in for the Heat for a while. Doesn't believe in Heat culture. Takes a shot at Heat culture every chance he gets. One of those just A1 haters, right? So this Eddie Johnson on Jimmy. Check out this tweet that this guy puts up here. Ridiculous. You have this J-Fig from this Eddie Johnson? Because I was like, hey, man, what the hell is that? Who reacts to an injury like that? Because he goes out there with Jimmy Butler, obviously as a thing with Heat culture. He goes, Eddie tweets out, it's not playoff Jimmy. It's play-in Jimmy first. And if he took the regular season serious enough, the Heat would be preparing for a 7-game series instead of watching him limp for 2 quarters, probably in street clothes on Friday. And then he puts his box score. I'm like, hey, man, look, I'm all for taking your victory laps on takes if you're right, okay? You're celebrating a man having a bad knee injury? What the hell is that?
He's not celebrating that.
Oh, he's celebrating.
No, he's not celebrating.
Oh, he's celebrating.
No,
he's
just
rubbing it.
No,
He
he's
goes,
not rubbing it in.
You put yourself in this position.
You did
Jimmy.
put yourself. No, not Jimmy.
You put yourself in this position. Who does that? And so I was like, all right, how does this man behave? How does this man typically behave on Twitter? But wouldn't you know it, Vlad? 2 tweets beforehand. Look what he tweeted about Zion the night before. Tough break for Zion. He has been amazing. Top shelf tonight. Oh, what the hell is that?
Okay.
What the hell is that?
All right.
What the hell is that?
Timing of injury?
What the hell is that? Timing of injury?
Yes.
When is there ever a good time for an injury?
There's never a good time for
Never a good time for an
But
injury.
Getting injured with less than 3 minutes left in the game, and you just tied the game, and you drop 40.
This guy,
it's a little bit different than
he has an
first
out,
quarter, right? Am I right, Leroy?
He's a rat fink. He has an
Leroy,
out
am I
for
right?
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
It's not proper what you did. That
might
is
not be,
inappropriate. Inappropriate.
Context
For
a
a
lot.
professional
Here's what I would say. And here's when you can have a problem with it. Right? Did he say anything wrong that wasn't accurate?
What?
He didn't say anything wrong, though. That's the thing. He's basically he
He
was reiterating what Leroy was saying.
You know what he was doing, dude. He knows what he was doing.
Leroy.
It's not right to take victory laps on people getting hurt. And
I didn't take no.
hurt in any game.
But here, Tobe, I didn't take a victory lap because it sucks that Jimmy got hurt. But my most important message was you had every opportunity to only play 82 games.
Okay, but Leroy, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Him getting hurt changed the game yesterday, and you can't deny that.
But he understands that. But he
doesn't. No.
Yeah, no. You see.
No.
I get it. You're right, Leroy. He needs someone.
No, I just think it's a bastard.
You need
tweet.
a couple of things. But Tobin, is he not right? If the Heat had handled their business during the regular season,
and so what? What if you got to play that menace Josh Hart in the first round? You never know what he's going to do to your legs. Then what does he say?
Unnecessary shots.
Vlad.
You know what?
Here's what I do. In moments like this, sit back
and you want to know something? If he wanted to not be, then don't put up the box score. You put up the box score with the tweet. That just adds insult to the actual injury because you're like, Look at old Limpy over here stinking up the joint.
Right.
Ridiculous. Eddie Johnson. Hey, Eddie Johnson, have some class, dude. You're classless.
How was your reaction when Giannis got hurt last year?
I felt bad for Giannis. I felt bad for Giannis.
Did you feel bad?
Now,
I don't
when-
remember.
Can I just tell you how I feel when a guy on the other team gets hurt? I feel bad that he got hurt as a player, right? But as a person that I got to play against him, I'm like, all right, one less person I got to deal with, right? So the competitor in me, or just the human in me, feels bad that a person got hurt, right? I
But
really
he
do.
obviously, hold on. But he obviously feels bad about Zion getting hurt because
because
goes,
Zion got hurt after 41 and tying the game.
Jimmy Butler was kicking ass. You can't say, hold on,
It was
dude.
23-22.
The guy had 4 steals in the first half. They were up by
It
double
was
digits.
23-22. He got hurt at the end of
Come
the
on,
first
dude.
quarter. This guy got hurt with
that
like
guy
3
is. And when did he go to the tweet? He put the whole box score out there, and he's gonna act like it wasn't a difference because he didn't get hurt. That is absolutely asinine.
Tobin, can I add one slight little caveat to this?
Only if it agrees with me.
They actually, at least you're honest. I appreciate your honesty. They actually took their biggest lead after Jimmy got hurt.
Yeah, but Jimmy was playing like when Jimmy still had legs before it stiffened up at halftime. It's true.
You get Vlad.
Oh, dude, this is ridiculous.
Hey,
you guys, you know what
this
you
is
guys
one
are.
of these
You
moments.
guys, can I just say, what's
You know what
really
I do?
unfortunate with both of you,
I
a
just sit
couple
back.
propagandists. That's what you
No,
are.
just go ahead. Listen.
Exactly, Stephen.
What do you say?
He said Vlad basically saying Tobin is Drake after KD tore his Achilles.
Bob Myers too.
I love Bob Myers. You know why? He's the smartest man in America.
If you want to, like,
he
if
knew what was coming.
Leroy,
He got the hell out of there.
Leroy, let me tell you this. I never knock a person if they know, you know what? Let me get out of this situation before it gets ugly. He knew once I got that 22 NBA final, I'm out. I'm not paying none of these guys anything.
I've named that. I call that the Pete Carroll.
Dude,
Things got hot in USC. People lost their Heisman.
Yeah, but you know what though? That's because there was a lot of bad things going on. This guy, there was nothing wrong. He just knew.
He knew.
Let me tell you this. And
He didn't want to be the guy to not pay Draymond, and he didn't want to. He didn't want to pay Draymond.
Ask when you
they did pay Draymond.
When you're
he didn't.
He
got
didn't
out
want
of
to
there
pay
before
Draymond.
that.
He would have paid Draymond,
but I don't think he would want. No, I think the basketball mind and Bob Myers know. There's only one place this guy's gonna work, and that's for us. And I don't know if we need that type of player anymore.
Congratulations! What a basketball mind you have, Steph Curry. Congrats.
Listen, man, he got 4 and got out of there. Got an ESPN job.
Eddie Johnson.
Smart guy.
Tweet with some class, dude. All right,
Hey, you go
out
on
there and
back.
tweet with some absolute.
Oh,
class.
come on, Tobin. Come on, Tobin.
Man.
What is wrong with you?
Guy needs to learn how to class it up. You're a professional broadcaster.
Wait,
Eddie
as you
Johnson.
put this out,
you calling
put
out
this
a
out.
professional broadcaster?
Ridiculous.
Wow. First of all, you got him backwards because Kelly Oubre
Was
is
a
a lighter
forward.
skinned dude.
Wasn't about the tone, Leroy. It was about the act.
Oh my goodness. So
The general picture.
I let baby Terrence Howard take you out, man.
Take a break. Back after this. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2. By the way, if you guys want to win some Brooks and Dunn tickets, their 2024 rebooted tour, coming to the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm, May 3rd. So, we'll give those away before the end of the show. I think I actually have 2 pairs to give away. I think I forgot yesterday. My bad. I apologize. I was focused on the game.
Fix it.
Yes. What do you got today, Jennifer, for Goosies, no Goosies?
Since Frog Boy is not here, I'm taking over this segment. First, we have the Florida Panthers playoffs starting off this Sunday. Does that give you the Goosies?
It does give me the Goosies. Quite frankly.
Goosies galore.
I love the Panthers. I love playoffs. I like the fact that they took care of their business.
Are you trying to throw at the Heat right now?
Well, I'm not throwing anything. It is what it is. I got to go sit here and watch, I got to go tomorrow to a building and sweat out whether or not Kobe White is going to make a team go for the finals to add to the playoffs.
I hope DeMar DeRozan's daughter comes to the game.
She wasn't able to the last time. I don't think she travels with them though, dude.
She wasn't there yesterday at the game against
she had a camp, but I don't think she came to because that was the whole thing last year, and then she didn't come to the Miami game, I don't believe.
No, and they could have used her toward the end.
Struce, your bun. What are you doing?
What about you, Leroy? You got Goosies of the Panthers?
I absolutely 100% do.
Goosies.
I'm real interested to see, they got to get over that Tampa Bay hump.
Mind control, yeah.
But even that being said, I want to see if they can get over the hump this year. They made it to the finals last year. They're actually, some would say, they're a better team this year. And I want to see if they can all put it all together.
What about you, Vlad? You got the Goosies?
Oh, I'm Goosies galore, bro.
Oh.
I covered the team last year.
That's right. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
You're gonna be boots on the ice this year?
I'm gonna be boots on the ice this year. Once again. So
Panthers locker room stinks, yeah?
Oh my gosh.
They say hockey locker rooms are the
hockey.
stinkiest.
That's they sweat. They just sweat, and they sweat on pads, and they put.
And it's all in there.
And then after they play, they go to the workout room and do another 45 minutes or hour of cardio.
Crazy, man. Crazy people. What about you, J Fig? Where are your Goosies?
Of course I have Goosies. Goosies on Goosies.
Goosies. What's number 2, Jennifer?
Chris Greer is saying it was Tua's idea to slim down and get a new quarterback coach.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's Goosies galore. Tua always takes the initiative. Makes me happy. I know everybody here wants it to be Michael Vick all of a sudden, and they can't take the
It's just one guy.
He's not alone. He's not alone. He's a Pied Piper of ingrates.
Can I just tell you today, you have started off on fire, and you are hosing down anybody and everybody who you think has had anything contrarian to what you've said.
It's Caleb Martin's fault.
It's not Caleb Martin's fault, but go ahead.
Bricking for chicken. Jesus. Do you have the Goosies, Leroy?
Oh, yeah. I think, one of the things that people fail to realize, and when you listen to the players, you listen to the organization, and you listen to Tua, as how much of a leader he has become after those 2 years with Flores, right? And how much the rest of his teammates respect what he does and who he is. And so from that standpoint, I appreciate and I really, love seeing the growth and how he dug himself out of that. I tell you what, Mac Jones may never play quarterback in this league because they beat his ass up.
Oof.
You see what I'm saying? So just to see a player, look at Ryan Leaf, just to see a player be able to bounce back from a terrible situation to start his career is impressive to me. So I got the Goosies. Anything Tua, I got the Goosies. I root for him. I want him to do well because so many people, including coaches, when he did not ask to be brought here was brought here and they didn't give him any support.
What about you, Vlad?
I got goosies for that, but I'm also gonna have to give Ryan Clark. I think Ryan Clark needs apologies from people because everybody was ripping him when he said that Tua was a little portly, and they said he was fat shaming. And then what happened during the offseason? Guess who?
But see, this came from his own will. It's not like he did it because he was told to.
Yeah, you could do it on your own will, but when you were told, you kind of
He went a little over the top. He said he had a stripper ass, and then also like a little strong with he took up a martial. He made it sound like Tua didn't work hard in the offseason. Tua took up a martial art.
Here's what I would say, Vlad. He wasn't wrong.
He was not. He wasn't wrong when he said it.
But
the tone.
But the way he said it, trying to be funny with something that a lot of people took seriously, that's where the problem came in.
But guess what? Was he wrong? I don't get. Sometimes it's not about the messenger or the message. If it's right, it's right.
I really don't care if Tua is thin or fat.
Look at you guys.
I don't.
Okay.
I like my Tua in all shapes and sizes.
You know what? You're gonna love him when he's fat pockets. Don't worry. When he has those fat pockets, I'm gonna hear what you're gonna start saying.
We'll get to some of that coming up next hour as well. J-Fig, where are your goosies with Tua?
I have goosies.
Goosies.
Because it came from him, Vlad.
He could say that it came from him.
I wish he wasn't working with John Beck. I gotta be honest with you. Like
John Beck,
we pick somebody else.
Can I just say this? Some of the worst players become the best coaches. And some of the best and greatest coaches best and greatest players are the worst coaches because the players who weren't as good don't take anything for granted. And the players who were great just assume you can do it like them.
Couldn't it have been somebody else's bust though? Like, couldn't he pick some Jets quarterback bust?
Oh no, you would have been
Mark Sanchez.
You would have been even worse. What if he picked Mark Sanchez? You would have blew a gasket.
No, Leroy. It's okay. It's okay. He has to vent. So in his way of venting, he's gonna take shots at teams.
I'm not taking shots.
And since I'm here, I'm the one. Take shots.
So
you gotta understand,
Jets did come to mind because you were.
Yeah, you understand. There's no Celtic here because you know why? He knows eventually, if they win tomorrow, they might get their ass swept by Boston. So he's not going to take shots at Boston.
Unless we hand the keys over to Jovic. Hand the keys over to Jovic. Boston's in trouble.
All right.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
Did you hit the little drinking bottle there? Because I know sometimes you do after a game when they pissed you off.
Here's the thing. I was going to do that yesterday because everybody was expecting that, but I made a big mistake in that I went coffee at halftime. I was too wired to drink also. That was just
forget about it.
I would have died if that would have been the case. I mean, my stomach would have been done. So no, I did not drink after yesterday's game. I was too Bustello'd up. Give us our next one here, J-Fig.
Well, let's talk about Tua, and now we're going to talk about a show pony. Tom Brady. Running sprints in Miami. Would you like to see a picture?
No, I actually won't.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna do it anyway, Vlad.
Oh, jeez.
Here it is.
He goes, no bull, no excuses. Show up for yourself so you can show up all damn day. No goosies. Like,
so is this in his yard?
No goosies.
That looks like it's on the street.
It looks like he's in
a little residential area,
front yard or something. I don't know.
It's like Star Island.
Hey, you're not impressing anybody, Tom. Go eat a strawberry and be retired already. Don't you have
avocado?
No, you know what? I'm sick of him. I'm done with him. Like, I'm really done with him, bro. You got a guy who's been doing a great job being a color commentator. And he's been told he's got to go to number 2 because Mr. Tom Brady's going to come. And we want Mr. Tom Brady to be in the A group with Kevin Burkhardt. And all Greg Olson's done, it's been a professional.
Yep.
Been a professional, just does his job.
Really good.
Really does a great job. And then this guy keeps on saying, well, every time he's asked, well, you're going to join Fox's crew this year, but do you still have any thoughts of playing? Yeah, if a team would want to have me, sure. bro, isn't your ass retired for the last 2
Time
years?
to grow up. He's
like,
just,
get over it, bro.
Dude's a Peter Pan.
You're the same guy that says the game is softer because the defense can't do anything. So what do you think is going to happen when your ass comes into the league again?
Ridiculous.
I'm sick of
no goosies. No goosies. Leroy?
I got no goosies. Listen, I go to the gym every morning. I don't need to take video of it. No goosies. Nobody gives.
We don't need Tom Brady's advice.
Wait, but think about this. Here's the part that pisses me off. You ready?
Who took the picture?
Thank you. So when he got a video crew out there filming him run,
Oh, he's definitely.
that makes it even worse.
Yeah, Leroy, hold on, Leroy. We're in 2024, man.
Everybody
has a video
everybody's got a
crew.
video crew.
Yeah, everybody has a video
One
crew.
time I was at the Heat game last year, and they were asking me, "Are you Strus's new guy?" Like, Strus has a guy? Strus?
That's kind of insulting. Why they expected you? Why they assumed that you would be Strus?
Because every one of these guys has a guy following them.
But
on
why
warm-ups.
you? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Did you have a camera on hand?
Of course, I always have my camera. I have my camera on hand, but they're
Well,
like, "Oh,
You
wait,
should have
wait,
said yes.
Wait,
You
wait,
should have
wait.
said yes.
And were you taking pictures of Max Strus?
He was out there."
Oh, so why wouldn't they ask you if that's your
Yeah,
guy?
yeah.
But I just felt like
it's not.
my
he
immediate
was
thought.
Kyle
You
Lowry's
understand what my
guy.
thought is? Hold on. Strus hadn't gotten paid yet. My thought was, Strus has a guy?
No, but here's the deal, right? You're out there with a camera taking pictures of Strus. So they ask you if you're Strus's new
I
guy.
understand, but do you not understand the point of my thing is, wait a minute, Max Strus has a guy?
There's a
Before he
lot
got
of
paid?
people. There's a lot of people out there that nobody give a damn about their pictures, and they taking pictures.
Strus has a guy?
Time out. Didn't we just talk last week that we said Jalen Phillips has a guy
Yeah.
recording his comeback? Yeah, even your comebacks are recorded.
It's crazy. Well, he does most of it himself, right? Like, he's just doing IG. It doesn't look like professional, does it?
But
Or
that's
is it
my
looking
point.
like Rocky?
I could deal with that. If you doing selfies, oh, look at my leg, this, blah, blah, blah. But no.
There is nothing that bothers me more than gym pictures. I don't care.
Yeah, I could care. Like,
My favorite is the people who are recording in the gym and then they get really mad at somebody who walks in front of their selfie stick camera that they have up there. I'm like, hey, dude, this isn't a Best Buy.
somebody did that to me. Excuse me. I said, this ain't a movie set.
It's true.
I need to get to where
It's
I'm
true.
going. This is at 6:30 in the morning.
Vlad, where
You
are
think
you?
I'm gonna be careful of somebody taking a selfie on one of them damn sticks?
Where are your
No, I'm done. Like I hate it. No, I'm done with him. Go retire. You know what it is, right? I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Giselle.
Nah, Giselle done left him to the trainer, the younger trainer.
She knows how he looks like.
She already knows how he looks like.
She don't need a reminder.
Wait,
But trust me,
when you go, when
she's
you
so-
leave, when you leave and go to somebody else, okay? When Giselle leaves or however it worked out or whatever, and she go with the trainer, she no longer gives a damn
She don't
what
care how he
Tom
look.
Brady looks like.
He's
The
checking.
only person that cares what Tom Brady looks like is
Tom.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Mateo
Like,
already
he done
got him.
already moved on.
He's looking to see if she's checking the story.
No, please. Mateo got Giselle. I don't know if Mateo is his name, but I just sound like that would be the name of a guy that Giselle would be with. So I'm just gonna call him Mateo.
Mateo just sounds like a black belt.
Just a black belt with like 12 abs. You know what I mean? Like just wooing Giselle. Nah, Brady's got to go. You know what it is? He sees Pat coming. That's what it is. He sees Pat coming. He sees that Pat can win one more. If Pat wins a three-peat, that's something he's never done.
Yeah.
That's 4 near to his 7. He wants to win one like at 48 to say that nobody's ever won a Super Bowl nearly at 50.
He's already done it though. Like, how much more can he do? Like, no one's gonna win one at 40. Like, look, man, I know you're hoping Aaron Rodgers is gonna work out. Like, this guy's the weird anomaly. Like, normally the old guys.
Now
Like,
you
they
believe
get
in
old.
anomalies. Now you believe in anomalies.
Well,
Now
Jimmy
you
Butler.
believe in anomalies.
I mean, Jimmy Butler's,
Wait, but an 8 seed going all the way to the finals, they did it last year. But now you believe in
But if
anomalies?
you told me Tom Brady was going to come back, I'd be like, yeah, I guess I can't doubt him because he is the anomaly. Jimmy Butler is the anomaly. Like, if you're going to be another team thinking that they're going to do it, that's silly. Grow up. JP, where are your gooses?
You have managed to twist and Everything that anybody
That was
You
said.
good.
notice that he hasn't
That was kind of good.
looked
He was
directly
good. Look
into
at
the
the
camera
way he's
for like
holding his
4
pen. He
seconds.
knew that was good.
That fraud. You won't look at the camera. You know damn well you got.
He's too busy watching Animal Planet in the corner. Okay.
I wish. J-Fig, where are your goosies?
I have no goosies. Okay, you're not gonna motivate me to show up for
No bowl,
myself.
no
Okay.
excuses. Take a break. Final hour coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin Leroy. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in today. To be honest with you, these are the only shows that make me feel better after losses like that.
Why? When you can just hose down everybody and blame
Yeah, and I feel better, and I'm like, tomorrow's going to be a better day. That's how it goes.
Is it going to be a better day?
Oh, no.
He gives himself 24 hours.
Depends if they give the keys to Jovic or not, you know?
Mm.
Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Hey, the Cavender twins are back.
No, not both of them. Just one.
Nah, they both are.
Really?
No, just one of them is going to TCU.
Nah, she's leaving TCU. Apparently, because one of the twins, I guess, who is that? That Haley Van Lith was from LSU. She's going to TCU. So I think she was like, never mind, going back to the Canes. They just announced a joint statement, Leroy.
Really?
Haley, Hannah Cavender. Given the news yesterday that my sister was returning to play ball at Miami, after careful consideration and thought, I've decided to return to the University of Miami and play with Hannah for our final and 5th year. There's nothing more important than family. I share a bond with my twin sister. Being presented with the opportunity to play together one more time, I cannot pass up. I'm excited for the upcoming season. Cannot wait to play at the U.
Nice.
What in the hell?
Vlad's face.
They just show pictures of the other two.
Yeah, I know. You're not wrong. She was going to TCU, and then I think she got the news of Von Lith and was like, never mind.
Right.
So there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know what led them back to Coral Gables.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash.
Hey, women's basketball is booming right now.
Think about it. And the fact that the coach is no longer
What are they
there.
trying to do? Wrestling or some nonsense like that?
You know what they did?
WWE, right?
They did Hot Twins. That's what they did their year off. That's it. They just went wherever they wanted to go and looked beautiful and did whatever they wanted to do and took pictures.
They were leaving to go to
Everybody
wrestling.
had a good time.
Yes, they did try to join the
WWE?
WWE,
That
but
didn't
They were
work
trying
out?
to be like the Bella twins, right?
Yeah, there was development. So once you get into development, you gotta go through all of that and then get to the NXT. It's
hard, man. Those
And then,
wrestlers.
there's steps you gotta take, and I don't think those girls with the type of social life that they had are gonna be able to like bunker down.
If you
and-
can make a lot of money on TikTok and hoops, like why do you want to go? Why do you want to throw your back into a wrestling match?
Listen, I'm more than sure that one night they went back to the room, tired, beat up, exhausted, and they go, "We make more money doing TikTok, baby. Let's you want to you want to go play basketball?" I say, "Look, I'm gonna go and test the waters and see what's going on, right?" So she said, "Well, all right, I'm gonna go to TCU, right?" And then the other twin got back into Miami because I thought she was done, right? And so now they're back in Miami.
Meanwhile, the Marlins are back in action today.
Well, they're losing closer games.
Hey, yesterday afternoon was good. It was a good Saturday. It was a good Wednesday afternoon game. 2.5 hours. A lot of kids.
Camp day? It's too early.
I don't know if it was camp
day
day.
is in the summer.
But if there was 7,500 fans in attendance, 6,800 of them were kids.
Well, AJ Puck's on the hill today.
Oh, well.
Wait, hey, kids.
He's about to puck it up.
As a special, don't forget to bring your glove. You're probably gonna get one.
You're not lying on that one. There was a lot of balls going into the sand.
Hey,
you might as well.
If next time we go to a game, we should go to the Budweiser section when AJ Puck is pitching.
You should bring a hoagie so you can catch some meatballs. That's what he's doing. That's what he's dishing up.
Dude, wait till you eat these meatballs at Herbs and Rye. Speaking of meatballs.
What else we got here? Damian Lillard.
Dame.
His estranged wife. I believe they are in the middle of a divorce. She's apparently making fun of Glorilla.
Oh, because Glorilla shot her shot at Dame and said, I don't care if he's married or not, when he was married and going through the divorce. So the fact that I think Glorilla went on Uncle Shay Shay's podcast and said that she shot her shot at Dame. And
Glorilla got arrested for DUI this week.
Jeez.
And Mrs. Dame, or former Mrs. Dame Lillard, Kayla, she posts free Glow Lillard #sister wife, and then a laughing crying emoji with her mugshot.
Yeah, you know what? You laugh right now, and then you know what can happen in a year? You can have the Derrick Rose situation, and trust me, Derrick Rose is living life lovely,
man. All right.
Hey, I'm
Check out
gonna
Leroy,
say
Google Derrick Rose.
all I'm gonna say is this: don't put your stuff out there like that. Right? You could do what you want, but like, nah, like that ain't like.
Well,
Dame keeps everything quiet for everything that he does.
So does Derrick Rose. Listen, Derrick Rose kept things quiet to the point nobody knew he had 2 women, and they all get along.
Leroy, can you get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover law firm?
But
Your
I know where in Milwaukee is frosty.
Free consultations 24/7. Call them up at 866-954-MORE.
All right, it's starting to heat up, folks.
Uh-oh.
That wind is coming out of the southeast, and anytime. Oh no, hold on.
Oh no, with the weather?
Nope, it's coming out of the east, southeast, maybe a little bit, east southeast, at about 15 miles an hour. I'm gonna tell you like this: that's the warm water, so you might get a chance for some showers, a passing shower here and there, but it doesn't look like rain is imminent in the forecast. And it's about 84 degrees. But again, look for it to warm up, because when that wind comes off of that, the Atlantic is hot as hell. Okay. On a bad day, when it gets to its coldest, it's only about 79, 80 degrees. So when it's warm, that warm air comes off the beach. What did
He's
you
right.
say?
He
nailed it.
He nailed it to the T.
Put it
To
back
the
out.
T.
He's really good.
He said,
Hey, man.
I thought the wind was coming out of Leroy.
Hey, listen. Not for nothing. It took me a while, right? Because I'm a black dude, and you put it on a black border. I didn't even see there was a dude on the end of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I get your little jokey joke.
Take a quick break. Back with more after this. Bum, bum. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy. Take you up until 2. Miami Heat, they lose last night in the play-in. Final score 105-104. Some killer plays last night towards the end of the game. The backcourt violation, cheating Nick Batum, just shoving Tyler Hero. Ridiculous.
That was terrible. You know how often you see a backcourt in basketball? Never.
Killing it. So that was all she pretty much wrote. Kelly Oubre got an and one after that. Heat went down 3. And then Nick Batum, Tyler Hero. This was a little embarrassing. Nick Batum said afterwards, because Tyler Hero tries to use a BAM screen to go around and get a 3. Nick Batum swats it. I don't know anybody who gets blocked more than Tyler Hero. And
keep in mind,
T-Rex arms.
Philly's not small. They all have a lot of length at most of their positions, except for the shortest guy is Tyrese Maxey. So other than that, and Oubre, they use Oubre like we use Caleb Martin.
Yes.
So he's just wiry, lengthy. He can stay in front of a lot of guys.
And nails his free throws.
Right.
I'm like Caleb Martin.
Breaking for chicken.
By the way, that's the name of the hour 2 segment.
Breaking for chicken.
Breaking for chicken.
Hey, so
breaking for chicken.
Not everybody, listen, not everybody's built like UD. I remember when UD took that chicken away from the Hawks fans years ago. They were like, "Oh, UD, he's gonna," and UD he shushed the entire crowd. And then he went that night on Instagram. He went to Chick-fil-A and he had bags of Chick-fil-A and he was just eating it. He goes, "Buy your own damn chicken."
Yes.
Not everybody's built like that.
Yeah.
Schmeathan says Oubre was supposed to come here on a minimum if the Dame trade went through. I know, Schmeathan.
There's a couple of guys that the Heat could have got that went somewhere else for the cheap.
Yeah, but I will say for everybody who, I don't think last night you could say like it was a depth issue. Like they went down shooting with Tyler Hero.
It was a scoring issue.
Yeah, it was a scoring issue. I thought that, but like Hawkes done a good job off the bench this year. Nico, that's
it
a nice
almost
moment.
here.
Love.
Ask me this or answer this. As of right now, the way you're talking, you have more confidence in the bench players than you do the starters.
Yeah, it's confidence.
That's the problem.
It's not a confidence thing. It's just like, they've
been more productive, more consistent.
Not necessarily.
Except Jovic.
Yeah, I mean, but Jovic is kind of like a starting role player.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So go Jovic, Hawkes, Kevin Love.
Yep.
Right. Take those 3.
DeLon Wright was great yesterday.
Okay, but I'm not even counting him. Because he's farther down. You hope you get, but if Kevin Love, Jaime Hawkes, and Jovic are playing, you have a lot of confidence in what they've been doing and what they can do.
Yeah, and I just thought that at the end of it, once Jimmy got hurt, it was all Tyler Hero or bust. And I know people are like, "Oh, you're not going at Bam enough." Like, yeah, Bam didn't do enough, but also like the ball wasn't in his hands. Like, what do you want to do? You want him to steal the ball from Tyler Hero?
Here's what I would say about Bam. Okay. He is your single-handed most versatile player. Okay. And what happens is you ask him to do so damn much on the defensive end, on the defensive side of the ball. Okay. As far as you want him to body up Joel Embiid. You want him to then be on the point when they're in zone and kind of put some hands in front of a guard. You want him to be able to go out there and contest the 3. He's all over the place on the defensive end. And then when he comes down, then you want him to score 25 too? Like somebody got to pick up the slack somewhere. You can't have one guy doing everything.
Schmieden puts it well. Where Bam's asked to do 10 things. Tyler's asked to do one thing. His one thing is to mail shots. He wasn't doing it.
Right. That's my point, though. To sit here and say Bam needs to score more. Oh, you gonna add another thing to him? Another thing you want him to do? So, like in games like this, before the game, when we were going over unders, soon as we got to Bam, I said under. Not because he can't score, because you ask so much of him on the defensive side of the ball. And so everybody else knows or should know on that team, we're asking this dude to do on one end of the ball that I sure as hell can't do. We better pick it up on the other end. So, yeah. So between Tyler and Jimmy was banged up, I'm going to exclude him. Between Jovic and all the other guys who were out there, they should have known, okay, like we all know, when Bam has to play this hard on the defensive end, he's not going to give you 25. It's nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler took 27 shots yesterday. Bam took 9. And you're like, oh,
yeah, but guess what? Flip it. Go on the other side and say Bam contested 27 shots and Tyler contested 0.
0.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't have it both ways. That's what a team is. And that's what a team does. So 20, how many shots did he make?
Tyler?
Yeah.
9.
9 for 27.
25 points on 27 shots.
Okay, we made fun of Murray that had 44 points on 44 shots. We made fun of him. So
Just one of those, it's just one of those games where it's like, yeah, I think you probably, like, we've seen this team go in places where they do put the ball in Bam's hands and let him be the hub and let him facilitate. And I felt like yesterday was kind of just like, yeah, screen Tyler open, please. Please. Like it kind of reminded me of like 5 years ago.
Right.
Where it's like, bam, dribble handoffs, get him open, please. Please.
Right. I get that, but also understand that on the other end, he was all over the place, man.
I know he was.
And so now you want him to do all that and then have the ball in his hands?
People are just mad today, man.
I know, but you understand what you're asking. You're
Yeah.
not even being reasonable with your ask. To ask him to be all over the court on the defensive end, and then, oh, we're going to put the ball in your hands. We want you to facilitate. Come on.
Ugh.
It sucks. It sucks. It sucks because guess what? They lost by 1. The game was not that close. At the end of the game,
it was close. I mean, like down to the final minute.
Point game.
It
was close once the fourth quarter started.
It was tied with a minute left.
No. I know, but I'm saying when it got to like the last 15 seconds and they, make 2 free throws and then go down.
You're talking about that part.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Tyler had a couple of. Listen, he put some lipstick on the back score at the end.
Yeah, when they let him shoot that 3, you're like, oh, game's over. Go ahead, we up 4.
Yeah. But it was it was, and then with the last lot of it, once Batum blocked Hero and then Maxey got the free throws.
First of all, that dude is an extraterrestrial because when he jumped and put that arm up, Tyler looked like he was a garden gnome. Right? Like you don't see blocks like that very often.
Crazy. Very annoying. All right. We'll take a quick break. All of a sudden, I'm in a bad mood again. I thought I was feeling better.
One more segment.
One more segment. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin Leroy. D. Soul says Tyler Hero missed a few open ones, but made some difficult ones.
He missed all of his.
He missed all of his
flamingos.
What are we talking about?
He missed all of his flamingos, right?
That's usually his pat. He hit like his first two over Embiid. I was like, oh, that's gonna be his.
Yeah, he hit a couple baby floaters.
Hit a couple, but then he missed some. Man, he was. I don't know. It doesn't all go on him, but this is the thing. Like, he's been waiting. That was the game he was waiting for. I'll tell you that much. Like, he could say, well, I had nothing to prove, and that's fine. I don't need him to feel like he has to prove anything, but any competitor who knows that his team is looking for some scoring and that's your specialty, I would think if you ask Tyler, if you ask Tyler and you asked him to grade his game yesterday, what do you think he says? You think he's proud of that game?
No.
I think you think he's underperformed. So that's all. Speaking of a person who always underperforms, Chris Sims.
So you just want to continue making your day worse, right?
Yeah, I need to change. I need to diversify it a little bit.
Okay, what happened?
So you want a full equal share balance of anger, sports anger.
Yeah.
Like you want like 25%.
I don't know if I'll be angry. Maybe. I mean, like I hear that he's belly aching about the Tua contract and he's all upset, and let's see what he has to say. This was Chris Sims with his boy Florio on their Peacock in Pro Football Talk Show.
Hey, Chris Greer, right? He's tied to Tua. There's a lot of pressure with him in the Tua situation. It didn't work out with Brian Flores. Everybody knows Justin Herbert's better than Tua in the NFL. We know Joe Burrow's in another stratosphere. Oh, no, Jordan Love's starting to look like you might want him over a Tua long term, right? And where I worry about the Dolphins is Chris Greer going to tie himself to such a point with Tua and prove that, he is good and he's the guy, that he's going to hurt the rest of the football team kind of to save his own ass a little bit about the Tua pick. That's what I would worry about. What are they going to pay him? What are you going to pay him? Just like I would say we talked about the Cowboys, or what I would say with the Giants last year. Who are you negotiating against, right? What's the number, right? Don't just throw a number out there because you think you need to throw that number out there, right? They could throw, like last year with Daniel Jones. Why $40 million a year? Why? You could have gave him 34, and I think that you could have gone, tell me some other team that would give you 34 or 32. Show us that team. Oh, crickets? That's right. And I think like you could do the same thing with Tua. But these teams negotiate against themselves right now with certain situations and go, here's this. No, we'll give you more. We'll give you more. And it makes no sense. And I feel like the Dolphins are going to do that with Tua.
There you go. Chris Sims thinks
I'd like a stab at this.
Chris Greer, go ahead.
First of all, why does he make comments like he's never been around this league? Right? There have been a boatload of quarterbacks. Right? He didn't say it about Russell Wilson. He didn't say that about Deshaun Watson. Right? He didn't say that about Aaron Rodgers. When you give a guy $50 million a year at 38, okay? There's a lot of situations out there where you could go either way. You can justify doing it, or you could justify not doing it. It's just a matter of what you think, what you believe, and then you pull the trigger. Simple as that, right? Just think about this. Hey, Chris Sims. Everybody don't think that your wife is hot, but you do. That's why you married to her. That's kind of how that goes. Everybody ain't going to like. You could sit here and tell me that Justin Herbert is better than Tua. But based on what I've seen, you could kick rocks. But that's not what the Chargers think.
But do you really think that Chris Greer, who, very much seems like he has a lot of job security with the Miami Dolphins, feels like he has to extend Tua to justify his pick?
No, not at all. I think they truly, and here's the main thing that I would say to Chris Sims. The main thing I would say, if you hear the way the organization talks about Tua, it's not lip service.
Everybody really
they
does
believe in him.
Everybody seems to really think the Dolphins are lying to
Right. Exactly. And so what I would say to you is, and again, I'll use the wife or girlfriend situation. You might think your wife or girlfriend is smoking hot. That don't mean the dude next to you or your friend does. And there's nothing wrong with that, because the only thing that matters is what you think. So the fact that the Dolphins believed in Tua more than they believed in Justin Herbert, right? Believed in Tua more than they believed in a lot of other quarterbacks. And they still have that belief in Tua based on what he's done to this point. So they're going to pay him based on what they believe, not what Chris Sims thinks. So right now, if Chris Sims had a choice, he'd choose Justin Herbert. Correct?
Probably.
Okay. And where are they in their careers?
Samesies, dude.
Right. So, no.
Except with more coaches fired for Justin Herbert.
More coaches, and he's had more talent longer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think the thing that's strange about it for me is like, you know, I don't understand why people feel like they're justifying anything. Like,
right. That's my point. That's the point I'm making. They don't have to justify paying Tua to anybody other than the people in that building, right? And they all are on the same page when it comes to their quarterback. And that's all they have to worry about, right? Because guess what? Ain't nobody flipped out when Daniel Jones got $40 million a year last year the way they flipping out about Tua, who hasn't even gotten paid yet.
Some people were flipping
Nah,
out.
they were
Daniel
flipping
Jones.
out.
Daniel Jones. They were flipping out on Daniel Jones.
No.
But the thing is with it, it's like, well, the easier thing for the GM to do though, like it's not that his point. Like, I guess you're like, oh, you don't have to overpay just to overpay, and you're bidding against yourself. But the point of the GM is trying to make himself look good. Like, the safer move is the GM is to kick the can and make him prove it for another year. Like, that's the safer move. If you invest into it and then he falls on his face, that's what's going to put your job in jeopardy.
But let me ask you about this. There's a handful of quarterbacks that I wonder, why hasn't he put out there first? My first go-to is Kirk Cousins, right? You okay with Atlanta giving Kirk Cousins that much money? There wasn't a whole lot of competition for him, right? From the second Kirk Cousins was a free agent, there was only one team that everybody was talking about.
Yeah, everybody thought they tampered with him.
Right. So look at that situation. When Aaron Rodgers was available, was there a whole bunch of teams other than the Jets talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Not really.
Right. So again,
But you had to trade for him too, which was weird.
but still, well, okay. And guess what? Still, there was only one team. So this happens a lot in sports. Why is he acting like this is a unique thing? Right? It's crazy how he's sitting here having this conversation about you're not competing with anybody, when guess what? The last few quarterbacks I mentioned, those teams weren't competing with anybody. But guess what? That's what they wanted. They made it happen. They got the deal done, and we go on from there. That's how it works.
It's also been this thing too, where it's like nobody, you know, like who are going to be the guys? Like right now, everybody's looking at the young guys. And yeah, that's your best window to win because you can add the most talent around it. Like if you have, like right now, obviously Houston's going to be in a better spot than the Dolphins because they have their quarterback cheap. Once you get to this point, look at what, with what Cincinnati's got to go through where they got to cut bait on guys. Like it happens.
Exactly.
You know,
they had to let, what's his name go?
Boyd, Mixon.
Boyd. Right. Mixon. Right. That's the nature of it. Right. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm surprised that the Chargers paid Justin Herbert so soon. Why? Right? They could have waited till now.
Nah, then you'd be stuck.
Huh?
Then they'll be stuck. Get it over with now. That way you can get rid of both.
Okay, so why don't we say that?
The reason they all got paid the year before Tua was pretty clear. Like Tua had concussion issues. Tua had to prove he could get through a season.
No, I get that. I understand all that. But how long does he have to play before we consider that
before he gets
I
criticized?
said when I told you back then when he was having these concussions, I'm saying, listen, dude, this is a fluke thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fluke thing where you have these series of concussions in 1 year. I had it and I never had another one, right? And maybe it's because he's coming back too soon, they're clearing him too soon, or you're just getting tackled weird, which was happening, right? So, like, yeah, for them to say, oh, he's injury prone with the head? Come on, dude. Come on. So, like, no. Listen, I don't care if you like or don't like Tua, but the whole point behind this is, right, is that all these teams are doing the same thing that he is questioning the Dolphins about. The same thing. They like a guy, they go get him, right? Guess what? Josh Allen making a boatload of money. If he played in Miami, they say, why are we paying him? He ain't did nothing.
It's just also, but it's again, it goes back to the point. Like the point doesn't make sense. The thing that puts you at risk as a GM is when you pay money for the wrong guys. Like it would, if you were to say, "Hey, Chris Grier, you don't believe in your pick and you're not paying the guy," it's like, yeah, but your job is at less risk because if Tua did stink up the joint this year, then Stephen Ross is going to be like, well, at least I'm not on the hook for $55 million a year. If Chris Grier, you think it's a thing where you're saying, well, I'm justifying my pick and I'm investing in him. Your owner's not going to care about that if he blows it. If the guy stinks, he's going to think, well, now I'm on the hook for this guy for whatever the amount of money ends up being. Right. So it's just a weird point by him. I don't.
They
understand.
always,
but,
and by the way, with contracts, and especially with contracts with quarterbacks, they always end up on the hook, right? Yeah. Ask Denver, who took the largest hit in the history of football to get a guy out of their organization. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I mean, like in fairness to that, like all right, you had a different coach come in at a different time, right? But that's what ended up happening. That guy, he's like, oh, we're gonna give all this money to Russell Wilson. It's gonna be great, and it wasn't. It was a disaster. So. Yep. Chris Sims can still go to hell.
Yeah,
so
I just
don't go to hell. Brick and chicken can go to hell.
I don't understand the argument that he's making when every team is basically doing the same thing. Like you want to, Kirk Cousins has made more guaranteed money than anybody in the history of the NFL. Kirk Cousins. And nobody's ever said anything every time he gets a guaranteed contract.
They do.
I think they do. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
People
right?
do say things about Kirk Cousins.
It's just that I think because you're locally down here, you hear more of the Tua bashing. You think it's Tua. But no, everybody bashes mostly the quarterback when they make money, when they look at it and they don't think that they're worthy of that.
Because Kirk Cousins is good.
Kirk Cousins is known as being like the most decent quarterback, but he's made crazy, stupid money.
Right. But here's the deal. You know who ruined that? Washington. By franchising
him. Yeah.
Right.
He played the franchise game better than they did.
Right.
All right. That's our show for today, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll get our minds right.
Oh, no. Tomorrow is a birthday celebration.
Who?
J-Fig.
Oh, J-Fig.
Me.
I didn't know, man. So I'm sorry. Well, good. You know what your birthday gift is going to be? A Heat loss.
Jeez.
Wow.
End it like that, huh?
Yeah.
You're going your best Richie and Boar's head on us.
Happy birthday, not sad birthday.
Shot at me.
We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you.